Hi, friends. I'm Leah Firehart. This is the Fire Kitchen. I'm having a slight disagreement with my mic pack today, as you can probably see, because the back of this doesn't lend itself to miciness, and I needed help to make that work, and help is on the way. But Grog's train is running a little late, so we'll fix this situation in a second. Um, Today we are making pancakes. And for some reason my head just went make pancakes. What, that's like a thing, right? That's like a meme thing. I don't know, whatever. The meme thing that I know about is like 15 years old and involved a bunny with a pancake on its head, okay? That's like the level of memeage that I have. Um we're also going to be making some sausage and potato hash because it seems like pancakes isn't really like enough for dinner. So we're going to do both of those things. I had intended to also make maple cream, and I may still do that. The only problem is that I have an ever so slight little headache. And so I'm trying to like balance Leah care with wanting to stream and eat pancakes. So that's where we're at today. Um, Let me scroll up and say hi to people. Hold on just a second here. I forgot to open my chat on my laptop, you guys. I was watching a stream before I went live, and it was like it was like really, really good, and I got a little distracted. That's not why I'm late. I'm late because actually I had a very typically Leah problem where you know how sometimes I do that thing where I forget that electrical appliances work better when you plug them in? Well, I was having that problem. I was having that level problem, and that's why I'm just a little bit late going live. But it's okay. Okay, hold on a second. Let me just scroll up here and say hello to folks. Saribot, hello, hi. Brigitte, hi, hello. How are you? Jane, hi. Gareki, hi. Yes, and I noticed your pun, and I rewarded you appropriately by pushing the pun button for look everyone coming out in troves for Pancake Day. Pies, hello. Pie says happy Pancake Day, Mardi Gras / Shrove Tuesday to everyone who's celebrating. We will go into that in just a second. There's something in Welsh that I can't read. Pie says Brigitte keeps forgetting your handle isn't your name and typing @Brig and getting annoyed when it doesn't autocomplete to you. Oh no. What an excellent sartorial choice. Impeccable, classy AF pancakes, ahoy. I had there's no reason for this. It's just I got a new dress and I wanted to wear it. Yeah, the bacon pancake song from Adventure Time. I knew it was from something kind of sus. Geek high it here and at work. Woohoo! You made it. Some random geek says Leah care, healthcare from the Fire Kitchen. I am not qualified to give healthcare. I'll just point out. I can make you chicken soup, but that's as close as the Fire Kitchen gets to healthcare. Have you tried turning on your computer? It wasn't quite that bad. The problem was that I couldn't figure out why. So one of the complicated things of my studio, there's many, many complicated things of my studio, but one of the complicated things of my studio, we talked about this a little bit earlier. By the way, if you saw me go live this morning, you weren't hallucinating. I really did go live this morning for like half an hour because I was testing something, which we're not going to use today because there's still one little thing that I have to fix that I discovered in like poking around and trying to think of like what else could go wrong. Here's one other thing that I thought of and I didn't have time to fix it. So but one of the things that happens, and I'm looking back there because there's HDMI cable. So there's an HDMI cable that goes from the computer to the TV, right? There's an HDMI cable that goes from the computer to the coffee table, which is what I use when I have the monitor on the coffee table when I'm doing my gaming streams, and actually like 90% of the time. And then the other
I'll have what she's having.
Death krempogjon, vi friend. Death krempogjon vi friend.
I don't know what you expected when you put Welsh into the Australian TTS, Brigitte, but I hope you got what you wanted. Also, thank you for the bits. I think we need to actually use maybe a Welsh TTS or something if you want to put Welsh into the TTS. Anyway, so there's So there's another HDMI cable that comes here, right? But because I only ever have the monitor set up in the kitchen or back on the coffee table, there's a little HDMI switch button that controls which signal gets the HDMI, right? Okay, so there's a splitter and you can push the button and it switches it from one thing to the other thing. It's like a really basic, like, I guess I don't think it's mechanical, but it's like it's barely electronic. um and so I was pushing the button and I couldn't figure out why the monitor wasn't coming on in here. So why isn't the monitor coming on in here? I don't know how to troubleshoot this. I'm just gonna have to reboot it. And then I went, oh yeah, that's right, because I didn't plug in the HDMI cable. That's why. So there we are. Gareki says sometimes Welsh comes out of this Australian and nobody knows what to expect with that either. I have witnessed that myself, in fact. But you do a good job with it. You do a good job with it. Incidentally, I don't know that I've actually ever told you this, but the reason that my TTS bot is Australian is you. It's because when I was trying to pick a voice, I was like, let's see, who of my acquaintances do I enjoy listening to? And then I went, okay, well, I love listening to Brigitte. I love listening to Jim. But everybody's kind of got like the British accent TTS bot because it's like Brian and it's like your basic TTS voice, right? And then I went, wait, Koreki. And I went looking for which one's the Australian TTS voice, and I found it, and I was like, okay, Nicole, here we come. Leah said HDM. I didn't say that, but the computer said that because it wasn't plugged in. Pranhan da. It is in fact afternoon here. It's not afternoon there though. For you, it's like what? No swaith da, I guess. Yeah, evening, right? I've only taken like this much Welsh, and I've forgotten most of what I learned, except for panas, which is parsnip, because apparently we all need to learn how to say parsnips in Welsh before we learn how to ask where the bathroom is. So, as Pies pointed out, Pancake Day is, in fact, I guess a little bit of I mean, not a little bit of it's literally a Christian holiday. Like this is literally would not exist if not for Easter, right? The whole point of Shrove Tuesday is we're using up all the fat and sugar and stuff in the house prior to Lent, which is a fasting period before Easter, right? So that's the genesis of all of this. But I kind of just view this as an excuse to eat pancakes. I didn't really grow up with this as being like a big thing in my house, even though I was raised Catholic. I kind of vaguely remember maybe pancake breakfasts at church, but I also kind of vaguely remember pancake breakfasts at church kind of every Friday throughout Lent as being a thing. And so I don't really know like that we were necessarily strictly adhering to like whatever the like dietary laws are surrounding all of this when I was a kid. But since becoming an adult and being aware of the whole like the whole like excuse to eat pancakes for dinner, I was like, yeah, I'm on board. Let's do it. Let's see. Where are we? Night Captain Andrew, hi. How do you get 2 whales in a car? Start in England and drive west. How do you get 2 whales in a car? Start in England and drive west. Why is it 2 whales? Wouldn't it just be 1 Wales? I mean, Wales is west of England. 2 Wales. I really hope y'all follow me because I'm pretty, because you're definitely not following me because I'm smart. Not every day, anyway. Brigitte, thank you for that shout out for Night Captain Andrew, who is also a delightful food and drink streamer. And if you would like to hear more of of that sort of thing, I guess you can drop him a follow. Although actually, he's very purposeful in his streams and in his channel. So if you actually want to watch somebody actually cook as opposed to somebody just stand here and talk at you for 3 hours, I recommend the follow. Let's see. What am I missing? Oh, Pi says you are smart. You're also very pretty though. Thank you. No, that was all entirely a joke. I hope everybody knows that was just a little bit of self-deprecating humor for completely missing the 2TO whales thing. Pi says, side note, hail to the wiggle dress. Yeah, it's so cute. Oh, wait, and you guys haven't even seen the best part. Look at the bottom. Look at the lace on the bottom. Look how cute it is. It's like it doesn't really like exactly shimmy, but like I love the little lacy flounce on the bottom. It's so cute. Isn't it great? It's so great. Also, there's Grog. All right, Grog is home. So give me just a second because I'm gonna put myself on a BRB really quick, and I'm gonna have him fix this. So I'll be right back. I'm back. So now I can actually show you what the back of this looks like for real, right? So like it's really pretty. It's so pretty. And I wasn't sure what I was going to do for like support of the girls. And then I was just like, F it. If 20-year-old women can wander around in slips and call them slip dresses, which, hey, no shade, I've been there, right? Then I can show my black bra strap. It's fine. Classic Harleywood starlet. Thank you. Oh, opting out says this is a cooking stream. Twitch needs to add a just chatting in a kitchen category. I could also just be in just chatting. Actually, you know what's interesting is that some of the largest food and drink streamers, like some of the actually like partnered food and drink streamers, don't actually stream in food and drink. They stream in just chatting. And it's not because they can't shut up like me. It's because more people go visit just chatting than food and drink. And so over time they've evolved to the point where they just do that even if they're cooking. It's kind of like an evolution of Twitch's like IRL category or whatever. Okay, so Greki says otherwise known as where all the cool kids hang out at house parties in the kitchen. I really hope that's cool because I'm always in the kitchen. Opting out says, F it, I've got the wood stove going. I'm going to make pancakes. I blame Leah for this. You are more than welcome to blame me for anything you choose to blame me for. I promise I can take it. Anthony, hi. Oh my God. Hi. How are you? Wait, did you get to play today? I know you were talking about maybe playing, but I had to like skedaddle in the middle of stream to go do something else. So, I didn't, I was trying to concentrate on trying to fix something that had gone wrong. We haven't done food yet. We haven't done food yet, as usual. I went live about 20-ish minutes ago. So we're still in the just chatting portion of our stream. You did play today, but not with Shinji. How'd you do? How did you do? We also played today. One of the things that happens on Tuesdays is a group of about 4 of us, play with one of Brigitte's longtime IRL friends. Play Fortnite for like 2 hours, like in the afternoon. And we won one today, which was the only one that I didn't play. Coincidence? I don't know. But we finished twice a couple of times, and we definitely weren't getting absolutely heckin' slaughtered the way we were yesterday. We were getting heckin' slaughtered yesterday. Lordy, it was rough. Vix, hi. Shark Bark. Sorry I'm late, lady. Had a very full day. Well, I'm sorry to hear that you had a very full day. I hope it was okay. And if it wasn't, that's all right. You're here now and home, and hopefully you can rest. Played with a buddy and got one win. He carried me to a win. Hey, you know what? If you play Fortnite and nobody's carrying you, I have to question whether you're actually playing Fortnite. Vic says, I can attest it was indeed rough. I think it was that, okay, so I found out via my friend Mariah, aka Solaria Plays, who's on a little bit of a streaming hiatus, but was one of my very favorite streamers before she had to like go get her job and stuff. She said that apparently some of the US had yesterday off for some reason. I don't know why. And I know that Dez's kids are off for a week. And I know that it's kind of like a half-term situation in Europe. So all my friends who play on European servers are like, what is happening here? But here, at least in North America, at least in the East Coast, it wasn't so bad today. No, it wasn't President's Day. President's Day isn't until next week. Oh, wait a second. Okay, so let me think about this, because there may be a state or two that gets Lincoln's actual birthday off instead of President's Day. And that might be it. That could be it, because I know that they're technically like Washington and Lincoln's birthdays are like a week apart or something. It's something like that. And like one of them is the holiday and the other one isn't. And so it may be that places where people are from celebrate the other one, now that I think about it. Gareki says, OMG guys, I played solo today, got Raphael's knives in a loot box, and got 3 eliminations that match. Highest ever. Congratulations. That's amazing. Good job. Sigh, sorry, I'm a nerd. I didn't know what they were called either. I told Brigitte yesterday when she was asking about the Ninja Turtle weapons, that they were miniature trident things. So I didn't go with knives. I went with miniature trident things. Yeah. So and the other thing that we did today is Mops and I, or my friend Quant Mops and I, actually played some ranked this morning. Played 2 matches of ranked, which is all we had time for. But she had been curious about it too, and so we just were like, heck it, let's try it. And I ranked into bronze 2. Go us. But I'm presumably we will, as we play, we would rank up a little bit higher, because I think we ended up with, it was like 14 or 16 eliminations and we came in second. So that's pretty dang good. I think that's pretty good. Vic says you'll have to lead the way then on our endeavor whenever that happens. I know. I want to play. And you know, the thing that sucks about, well, I mean, I don't know. I guess the thing that sucks about having so many friends that play Fortnite is that if you just want to play duos with someone, it feels kind of exclusionary. And I'm kind of like, I want to just play with Vix, but I don't want to offend anybody. Just because we had talked about it, you know what I mean? Like, just because we had said that we want to go do it. So we should go do it. I'll just have to bite the bullet. Well, actually, not literally bite the bullet because that would probably damage my teeth. But I'll just have to like be like, okay, let's just take like this hour and play like 3 ranked matches. We'll just have to do it. And no, I won't be taking the lead. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to IGL that because we're just gonna have to like we're just gonna have to agree that that I am not in charge. Kaylee, the sociology of Fortnite is complex. Also, hi. Hi. Yes, I know it's hard, right? Especially when you have so many people who play. I just like, I don't want to be like online and playing with people and think, oh, the so and so didn't invite me. They must not like me anymore. It's so high school. Why does my brain go there? I mean, obviously that's not what it is, right? Obviously, it's literally just like, we have a full squad plus 2 extra people. If I invite somebody else to play, it's just gonna have to be a whole other squad. Like, there's just no good way of doing it. Some Random Geeks' fun fact, my school district had President's Week where we had a week off. It's actually midwinter break. It just means we go 1 week later in June to finally get off. Interesting. I've never heard of that. We definitely didn't do that. Vic says, I know exactly what you mean. So hard to exclude people, but hard not to at the same time. Yeah. Which is why on Tuesdays we have set it very narrowly to like these specific 4 people so that we make sure that we get a chance to actually play with Brigitte's IRL friend. Some Random Geek says, I'm gold 1 in build mode, rank with building. I just played and placed high and actually got some kills. It isn't that hard to rank up, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't think it is. And one of the things that's happened is because I watch so many Fortnite streamers, I have kind of seen various people, like people who I know are like heckin' good Fortnite players. I mean, people that I've seen win tournament, like maybe not win tournaments, like overall tournaments, but people that I've definitely seen win matches in tournaments. Like the first time they play ranked, like rank into like silver 1 or something, and I'm like, no. And like for like those people are unreal now, you know, like because they've been playing ranked all season, they're unreal now. So like, of course it's just gonna start you kind of down here and then rank you up to make sure that you keep playing. It makes sense. They want you to keep playing the game and visiting the item shop and buying new skins. Vic says it's the same thing when you have loads of friends that all do content creation. There aren't enough hours in the day. I know, it's true. It is very, very true. And a lot of the time I kind of resort to like opening up tabs for every single person that I would love to be watching, even though I can't watch them all at the same time. And then like just kind of going from one to the other and saying hi at least, right? At the very least. And then I get stuck on something. I get stuck on the game that they're playing, or I get stuck in a conversation, or, you know, or something happens and I'm just like wandering away from the computer. All of those things can be true. Some Random Geek says that's why I actually don't request to join my friends. I hate to be a bother, but if my friends invite me to their games, I'm often down. Ooh, okay. I will have to remember that. I'll have to remember that because you and I still haven't played together, and that's just a tragedy. Des, hi. How are you? Hi. Kaylee says, I hate thinking that I might be taking a spot from someone else. I know, but like everybody feels that way, right? Everybody feels that way. And most of the time we all get a chance to play with each other eventually. And the fact is that like a lot of us, at least the people that I play with, either like want regular and frequent breaks or need regular and frequent breaks, right? Like if I play Fortnite too long, I start to get a headache and I just can't. So I can't. Like I kind of have to be disciplined and play kind of like either 2 or maybe 3 matches at a time and then take a break for a couple of matches. Because if I play like 6 or 7 in a row, which I've definitely done, then it's almost inevitable that I'll stop and I'll be like, oh, I feel like booty. Like cheeks. Okay, some Random Geek says that wasn't the case. These players started at Plat 1 when rank first started, but I actually don't mind if everyone starts at Bronze 2 and has to rank up with each season. Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, these are all people that I've been watching for a while, so my recollection may have been like from previous seasons. Pi says side eyes my obby Sax and Alice tabs. That is what happened to me this afternoon, Pies. That's what happened to me this afternoon. So I had gone through and I was gonna go open tabs for all the people that I wanted to be watching, including Pies and Alice. I probably would not have opened a tab for Sax just because I know I'm probably not going to be watching Sekiro, but I like Sax a lot and I often do visit his streams. No, but I I opened a tab for Obby and I was like, what is that? And the game looked really interesting. And then somebody said something about Fortnite. They made a joke about Fortnite is what happened. And then so Abby and I got to talking about Fortnite, which led into Abby teasing me about Alan Wake 2, which led to, I mean, it ended up being like a whole conversation, right? And so that's where I kind of got stuck in that chat and never really moved on, which sometimes happens. Some random geek says I have 15 different Twitch tabs open now and we're 15. Oh, wow. Okay, that's a lot of tabs. That's a lot of tabs. Back in my heyday, I would open that many. But these days, it tends to be like the people that I will definitely just want to like make sure that like I'm leaving a lurk, you know? Also, thank you for giving that shout out to Des. Des did something very exciting on Monday. Des was is very, very close to finishing the end of God of War Ragnarok, and made a ton of heckin' progress. And is actually also really close to finishing Dark Souls 1. And so all of those things are going on. But Des isn't streaming tomorrow. Des is streaming on Friday. Pi says, okay, fun fact, I have Santa's Hollow Knight YouTube playlist going to. My internet is crying. Oh no. I haven't watched any of that. Most of the time I don't watch my friends' YouTube content. I think the only person that I really watch with any like great regularity is Vix, honestly, because most of the time I'm just kind of hanging out with them in their streams. But I think it's not entirely true. I have watched a few here and there. But most of the ones, most of my YouTube time is spent watching Vix's stuff. Vix says I get overstimulated after one or two, just need a few minutes to vent and recenter. That makes sense. Geek says I think I played Fortnite for 9 hours on Labor Day. Did get 3 wins that day. I wanted to get the milestones done. Got quite close. That's good. Kaylee says 2 to 3 here. Plus Sunny, right. Kara, hi. Feels overwhelmed by how much of a bombshell he is, especially in that color. Thank you. It's one of my very favorite colors. And look, you can't even see the bottom. Look at the bottom and the back. I just love this dress. It's one of those things that like it popped up on Poshmark for like really cheap. And I was like, do I need another dress? No. Am I going to buy that one? Yes. Yes, I am. I mean, it's my favorite color. How could I not? Chef Samurai Rick, hi. Happy Fat and Italian Tuesday. Hi, how are you? We haven't actually gotten to the pancakes yet, but we will. And yeah, hi, welcome in. Brigitte says, may the pancake duck bless you today. So there's a pancake duck. Is there now a pancake duck? Does that mean I have to quack because I'm the purveyor of pancakes? What other animal noises have I made on this channel? Most of the time, the noise that I make is chicken noises. But I guess I could quack. Go Fighting Irish and you're wearing green. Yeah, heck yeah. Well, though Fighting Irish is more like Notre Dame. Aren't they blue and yellow? Vix's new PC game, God of War 2018. Is it going on your list? Is that one going on your list? That's good. Opting out says I have crappy rural internet. I'm watching this at 480p and nothing else. Oh no. Sorry. I did think of you though, when I was thinking about playlists, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right. I gotta put some good Canadian music on here. I don't even know what you listen to, but like now there's a Tragically Hip, and then there's a bunch of like super obscure Canadian Celtic music, like 1990s bands that might have even sort of been like borderline local acts that who knows how the girl from California found out about them. Anyway, that's the internet for you. But so yeah, there's some fun stuff buried in some of those playlists. Vic says I'm too kind. No, I'm not. I'm exactly the right amount of kind to you. For others, I might be too kind. I'm not sure. Some random geek says, speaking of each, I always love it when you chat in my streams. Fun times. Yes, I love it too. It's really fun. I like your streams. I like the like the somehow some random geek manages to have these like really deep and interesting philosophical nuanced conversations that I could just never. I don't have the focus for it when I'm streaming, but he does a great job. Or they do a great job. I'm sorry. Oh my God, what's wrong with me? Yes, no, but they do a great job with those. Cars is a great decision. Mini Des says hi Mini Des. The quacking is customary. Whack. I can't believe I just did that. Mix, you're gonna make me blush. Pies is also Cara. Today's grasshopper, feeling chocolate minty. Wait, what? Kara's a grasshopper? Brigitte is not sure about 480p, but in 160 she looks like a cross between a Lego minifig and a green M&M in a good way. Hey, the green M&M is hot. Although, for that, I think I kind of need fishnets. Wait, I have fishnets. I'm not gonna go put them on though. I even have like thigh-high fishnets, but you wouldn't be able to see the thigh-high part of it because the stress is too long. I need to shut my mouth. Andy, hello, hi, hello. How are you? It's good to see you. Opting out listens to an eclectic mix, a lot of folk punk this week, but that's this week. Folk punk sounds great. Yeah, I listen to more, I would say more folk rock, but some folk punk makes its way in there. Let's see. Oh, they, them, and he, him are a pronouns. No need to be. Okay, good. I tend to go with they just because that's like kind of my baseline for you, and every once in a while though. But great. Okay, so I'm glad I didn't mess that up. Thank you for letting me know. Andy says, "What the duck?" I don't know how to explain how that happened. Brigitte decided that the bringer of pancakes on Shrove Tuesday is the pancake duck. I'm not sure if this is an actual thing or a Brigitte thing, but frankly, I don't typically look that closely at these. I just quack. It's fine. Cara says, I forgot to ask Pies what her flavor of the day. Flavor of what? Oh, Cara always asks about today's pie flavor. Oh my God, today's pie flavor, grasshopper pie. I love it. I love that. Jane adores me. I'm glad. I adore you too. I don't know. Look. Cara says, sorry Pies, I'm in an afternoon sleepy slump. That's okay. You can not be awake, or you can have caffeine, or you could splash some water in your face, or you could get up and go for a walk. Those are all suggestions that you didn't ask for. Brigitte's cosplay goals, the green M&M, clearly. Hello and welcome in. Thank you for the follow. I'm not opposed. I'm not opposed. I might have to tilt the camera down a little bit though, because then I'm gonna be like a green M&M, like a big round M&M like this. But then you'd have to be able to see like the part that's like stockings. I also have much high, like I don't know if you guys can tell. Wait, hold on a second. These are pretty low heels. But of course I also have much higher heels. I just tend not to wear them in the kitchen because they're not comfortable. Okay, Cara says, our heck yeah, grasshopper flavor, but all about adding something like Butterfinger to give it extra crunch to it, like an actual grasshopper. Sandy Chulo, hi fam, how are you? Good to see you. Why wouldn't you just add actual grasshoppers to it, Cara? They're edible. Greg says, happy pancake day. Wear as many on your head as your heart desires. Wait, do you know about the pancake bunny? Maybe you know about the pancake bunny. Because there was a bunny. There was a bunny back in the day whose owner would like put things on the bunny's head. And this was just like, I think it was like the beginning of Instagram or something, the very beginning of Instagram. And this owner would put like things on the bunny. And the one that took off was a picture of a pancake on the bunny's head. And so one February when I got snowed in, a friend of mine and I were talking about, and he lives in Michigan, and he was all like distressed because he was snowed in. I was all distressed because I was snowed in. And I was like, well, what should we do? I'm bored. And he was like, turn yourself into the pancake bunny. And I think he meant by actually like making pancakes and putting a pancake on my head. But instead I did a bad Photoshop job and mashed my face together with pancakes. I posted that on my Instagram account, by the way, like literally today, because I needed a go live notification. And so if you also want to follow me on Instagram for pictures of me with a pancake on my head, you can do that. Actually, a whole stack of pancakes on my head. Pie says I don't have Butterfingers, but I do have peppermint patties in the freezer. Oh, peppermint patties in the freezer. Amazing. Santi Chulo says I've been super busy these past few weeks and I haven't been able to catch up with you all. Well, I'm sorry you've been so busy, but it is delightful to see you now. I hope your busyness is going to dissipate soon because I do like having you around. Karis has already walked and got more caffeine. Will likely nap or play Breath of the Wild until I perk back up. Totally fair. Karis is delicious but not crunchy like a grasshopper leg. That's true. Nap and Breath of the Wild both sound like solid plants. I agree. Grasshoppers are better for savory profile. I have seen them covered in chocolate though. I mean, I have seen them. I haven't ever eaten one, but I have seen them covered in chocolate. Why is that a quote? I was snowed in, okay? We were bored. It wasn't really the beginnings of the internet, but it was the beginnings of social media, more or less. Let me think about this. 15 years ago, maybe? It's probably about 15 years ago. Brigitte says ground crickets / grasshoppers are a thing in sweet cookies, too. Pies has got to be productive, going to be lurking, enjoy pancakes and hash. Thank you, Pies. Go work and thank you for popping in. It's always really good to see you. Pash cakes. No. Although, I mean, arguably, right? We make pancakes out of potatoes, right? I'm going to be, so the recipe that I'm making, which, by the way, should we talk about the recipes? Let's talk about the recipes. First of all, we're a lactose-free household for the most part, which means that we eat butter, but we don't eat any kind of like dairy milk, other dairy milk products. Butter has very little lactose in it, but like cheese, sour cream, milk, buttermilk, whatever, not options. Typically, you would make maybe buttermilk pancakes or something like that. We can't do that. So we're going to use almond milk in the pancakes, which is the only like weird thing I'm doing with the pancakes. I'll probably toast some pecan pieces, which I picked up at the grocery store. And we also have some nice bananas. I think I might actually slice up some bananas and toast some pecans and put those on top of the pancakes. And then because this is dinner and I thought we would be hungrier than that, I'm also going to make a sausage and potato hash. The sausage that I'm using though is going to be chicken sausage for other reasons that I'm not going to delve into. We know the chicken sausage works for my husband, so I'm gonna do that. But what I'm gonna do is I'm actually that reminds me, are these defrosted? Not quite, almost. I'm just gonna leave these out for a little bit. These organic sweet Italian chicken sausages, you can't really like squeeze them out of the casing, like they're pre-cooked, right? Like they're cooked and frozen. But the reason that we like these is that it's like simple, and it's a simple ingredient. So it's literally chicken, water, basil, allspice, anise, black pepper, fennel, garlic powder, paprika, sodium lactate, which is a preservative, has nothing to do with lactose, sea salt, and celery powder, and that's literally it. Okay, and so those are good. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut them up really, really tiny, and use that instead of like squeezing pork sausage out of its casing and using that. So it's gonna be a little bit weird, but whatever. The recipe is like a normal recipe, and it's on the site as a normal recipe, so you can ignore the fact that I'm not quite doing that. Right. Okay. We have. How does this always happen? How does this always happen? I've been live for 45 minutes. Okay. So I think though what we're gonna start with, because it seems like my my Tylenol kicked in. And so I think what I'm actually going to start with, I think we're going to go ahead and risk it. I think I'm going to try to do the maple cream first because this looked so intriguing. All right, so here's what happened. What happened is, this weekend, I was pulling my schedule together, and I looked at my plan for today and I went, I'm making pancakes. What else am I going to make? Because pancakes is going to take about 20 minutes. And I was like, okay, so I could toast some nuts and that will take a little bit of time. And then what? And so I don't know why I thought this, okay, except that I know that my friend Dez's husband, Sarah, the Bone Daddy, fabulous DBT streamer, by the way, although he hasn't streamed in a while. I was like, so Sarah, I'm doing this thing. What else should I make? And he was like, duh, maple cream. And I'm like, what is that? And so he sent me this recipe from a blog that I actually already really like. And I was like, okay. All right, let's do that. And then he was like, okay, and this is like for dinner, right? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, how about like a sausage and potato hash? And he like sent me this other recipe. And I'm like, you're a dang genius. I should consult with you on my streams more often. So yeah, that was good. But this requires boiling some maple syrup. If we mess up, we make maple candy. If we don't mess up, we get maple cream, which we're gonna whip in the mixer to be able to put that on top of our pancakes, which I thought sounded pretty darn good. So let's go ahead and do that. Let me grab syrup, maple syrup. I have 2 little jugs here because one of them is not going to be enough. I mean, the one that was opened isn't going to be enough. And then let's grab butter out of the fridge because we need a little bit of butter. And then in a saucepan in this, ow, my poor knees. This saucepan, I think. Oh, speaking of which, you guys probably want to be able to see that saucepan. Grog says 20-minute recipe time equals 40-minute stream time, not counting chat. I know. I think this is all going to be okay, though. I guess we'll see. And also, thank you for the lurk fix. I appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy whatever you're doing. This is, and I try to get him to cook more often. Well, you should have him make you this because he provided it. Why didn't that work? Out of curiosity. I have questions. All right, so instead of making sausage, we're gonna do some sausaging real quick. Oh, that's why that didn't work. Okay, hold on a second. Let me... Oh, I didn't notice that actually covers up my alerts. Oh my God. Hi, hello. Welcome in. Were you around when the blue LED light was invented? I don't know how to answer that question. I have, however, broken something here. So let me just... What did I do here? How did I break this? No. Wait. What? I'm so confused. Oh, wait. Okay. What the heck? How did I break this? All right, I somehow broke the Chester command. We'll have to worry about that later. Brigitte says I was around when sliced bread was invented. Pre-sliced. People have been slicing bread for centuries. I don't believe you, Brigitte. I think you're lying. I'm pretty sure pre-sliced bread was invented long before you were. Okay, so is it Shake? Hi, hello. My mind was blown away when I heard it took 10 years to invent blue LED light. Before there was only green and red LED light. Now there's more than 10,000 colors of LED lights. Interesting. Or did you see the blue? Because when the follow thing goes off, the blue LED bulb that the LED color changing bulb that I have up here goes off. I guess you guys can probably see that a little bit, especially with the blue. Also, let me just move this up a little bit because I didn't realize that it literally blocks when I have that on, it blocks the alerts, which is kind of annoying. Forgot about that. Right. So, yeah, I don't know what I did here. How did I break that? I think I must have accidentally, I did change a bunch of things, right? Okay, well, that one works. What did I do? Maybe I created it and then just didn't save it? Okay. Well, I'm not going to try to fix that now. But I am going to just drop a remind me here because I don't know what the hell I did. So, Chester command is broked. Why? We don't know. Arcadia, hi. How are you? It's good to see you. I wasn't sure who set that off because it could be any number of different people, including someone who was streaming a little bit ago. So I wasn't entirely sure what was going on there. But hello. I was just sausaging. Brigitte says, look, you can't prove my industrial bread timeline claims wrong. No, I probably could. Oh, you didn't hear the Dalek noise? Really? Okay, that was one of the things I fixed. So apparently we're just gonna test everything. So hold on. Did it play that time? So it didn't. Oh, what the hell? You guys heard the party earlier though, right? Because the thing is, like, the channel point thing, I didn't change that. Like, I didn't change anything. That should be coming from Lumia. Like, that one I didn't change anything. So I'm a little bit confused. And they're both party and and the T comes from the same program. Hold on a second. You guys can hear that, right? No sound. Okay. So I have screwed up the sounds. Heck yeah. Delightful. No, yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna turn them all off. It's fine. Okay. So, turn those off, and I'm gonna turn this off too. Or Grog is gonna have to do all the sound effects. Yeah, so I in setting things up for stuffs. Oh, no. I know what I did. You guys, I know what I did. Hold on a second. I think I can fix this really quickly. Let me just fix this. I think I can fix this really quickly. Okay, let me just turn the thing back on. Hold on a second. Okay, so now hold on a second. Did you hold on?
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.
Did you hear that? Heck yeah! I know what I did. I put it on one scene, but I was testing it, and I wasn't going to put it on all the other scenes unless I fixed it. And so I didn't put it on the other scenes. Oops. Oh well. Hey, we're trying. We're doing our best here. So I just need another. I need another remind me. Oh wait, no, you already put. Okay, so wait, hold on. So remind me, add Lumia sound to other scenes. So there we go. I did it. Opting out says, no, don't worry, nobody is judging you for dancing to no sound in your kitchen. I don't need sound. I can dance around all I want. I can just, we can really get down, in fact. But no, we're just not going to do that. We're just going to pretend to be, normal-ish. Jane says, back from my last meeting, and also I have a snack, so now maybe I can hang out for a bit. Excellent. No more meetings. Heck yeah. And snack. So a snack is peanut butter toast. I love peanut butter toast. Peanut butter toast is fantastic. Also, we got one of the things that my grocery store gave me for free this month was peanut butter with honey in it, and it's apparently really good. I've only had it. Wait, no, I did. I had it once, but Grog also had it, and it is delicious. It is really yummy. It isn't the kind of thing that I would buy because I can just put honey on my peanut butter and it's fine. But if they're going to give it to me for free, then fine. I'll take it. Jay says they put honey on it every time. Heck yeah. Arcadia, thank you for the hydrate. Highly, highly necessary. Appreciate it. Okay, so give me a second here. Now that we're done fixing all the broken things, it's probably time for an ad break. More or less, yeah. Hey, at least we fixed the thing. All right, let me turn the other thing that I turned off back on. Not that it matters because nobody ever uses it anyway, but you could if you wanted. Okay. Arcadia says hydrate reminder is also for me to go get a drink and stop sitting like a shrimp. Aha. Yes. Right. So I'm sure Firebot has said something to us about the need to stretch and have a drink of water. And if you haven't yet had your meds today, and now's a good time to do so, then you should take your meds. Also, if you have laundry that's sitting in the washer and needs to go in the dryer, this would be also a good time to do it because we are getting ready to take a quick ad break. This is so that the stream will stay ad-free for the rest of the next hour. So we're going to take a little break. Those of you who are subscribed will see something. Those of you who are not subscribed may see some ads. I appreciate it if you would sit tight, because this is what keeps us from getting pre-roll ads and all of that. So I will be right back after this 3-minute break. And we're back. Hi. Hello. Hi. Okay. So, right. Here we are ready to do the thing. Let's just do it. So we're going to put the syrup and butter in a medium high-sided saucepan. Actually, you know what? This calls for a saucepan, but it did mention that you would need to turn the heat down if it starts to boil over. So actually, I'm going to go ahead and use this much larger pot. Just to minimize the chances that we actually spill maple syrup everywhere, because that sounds like messy, and burnt sugar isn't the most fun thing in the history of ever. So let's go ahead and pour 2 cups of maple syrup. Opting out, have you ever made maple syrup? That seems like a Canadian thing. Opting out says, are pancakes meds because I'm eating pancakes? That Grog says, yeah, absolutely. That comfort food is definitely medication. That's fair. What is Chester dreaming of? Licking pancakes. Pancakes. Opting out says pancakes. I feel like there's going to be consensus on this today. Chef John, hi. Thanks for the lurk. Corey says, pre-work lurk. You don't see me. I don't see you. Hi, bye, Corey. Thanks for hanging out and dropping a lurk. Chester probably isn't dreaming of pancakes yet, but when we put the pancakes on, he might think about it. All right, there we go. My hands are all sticky now. Very sticky. Super sticky. I don't know. This bottle is, the outside of that bottle is sticky. Jane says, I somehow ended up on maple syrup Reddit the other day. I learned so much. I'm going to rinse my hands really fast, and then I'm going to read what opting out has to say, which is predictably hilarious. Okay. So, what is maple syrup Reddit? Okay, so one year Grog and I actually drove down to, I don't remember where it is, somewhere on the border of Virginia and nowhere, for a maple syrup festival. Okay, so there's Virginia maple syrup. This is a thing that exists barely these days because climate change, so maple syrup, so we watched them like tap the trees and boil the syrup and do the thing, and we had like stuff with pancakes and maple syrup, and everything had maple and came maple candy, and it was maple everything. It was great. It was really fun. Okay, opting out says all Canadians are drafted for 4 years of service out of high school to work in the maple syrup mines. Okay, maple syrup doesn't come from mines. Opting out. You would think that somebody who was drafted into maple syrup service would know that. Thaddeus, hi. We can stay up late swapping manly stories, and in the morning I'm making pancakes. Is this, this is of course a reference that I don't understand. Also, hi, hello, welcome to here. Opting out says, that said, no, I've never done the Sugar Shack tour play along thing, I've done the Sugar Shack tour play along thing, but never made the efforts to do it myself. I see. Okay. I mean, it takes a lot of syrup, right, to make it worth it. Like, it takes a lot of sap to make it worth it. Oh no. Okay, so apparently this is a Shrek reference and Grog got it. I have seen that movie. I don't know why I didn't. I don't home in on these things the way y'all do. Thaddy says the best maple syrup I got from a guy in Canada missing a few teeth, driving a truck that's barely running and not registered in a reused store-bought maple syrup jug. Oh my God. Wait, are you also Canadian? Are we just rife with Canadians here? Are we just surrounded by Canadians? Oh, and they call it a mine. I see. Brigitte says, I don't see why maple mines can't be a thing, considering there's treacle mines. There's treacle mines? Jane says there's a subreddit dedicated to maple syrup. I got really into looking at people's setups and watching other people tell me what the problem is when literally every picture looks the same to me. I love that. I love it. That's so good. Maple syrup Reddit. Oh my God, that's fantastic. Okay, so apparently we need a 1/4 teaspoon of butter. Right, so a teaspoon is going to be like that, and a 1/4 of that is going to be like barely a sliver of butter, and I don't really understand why we need that, but we're just going to go with it. Also, apparently that's already too hot. So, and then 2 cups of maple syrup, of which we want to get all of it, because if you guys know anything about maple syrup, you know that it is, like, the real stuff is not cheap. So, we don't want to waste it. It really is actually kind of astonishing how many Canadians I know now that I think about it. Like Chef John is Canadian too. Like, and opting out's Canadian, and Kaylee and Salty are Canadian, and our friendo that Natalie is Canadian. Why do I know so many Canadians? Grog says this is no mine, it's a maple tree. Car says maple tree. Oh wait, Thaddeus is no there with my ex a year ago. Okay. Right. Car says you win so many points for the treacle mine reference. Okay, I don't understand that. So that's a reference that I don't understand. Chalk another one up to things Leah does not understand. Grog says this is no mine, it's a maple tree. Unlike that, just because opting out is the local hardware store here runs out of, I think it is 5/16 inch drill bits come tapping time. People come in panicked because they need the right size for their taps. Thaddeus says I even said your rock collection looked cool. What? You said it looked like fried chicken and then thought it was cool. I'm so confused. Oh, Mops. Mops is Canadian. Mops is French Canadian though. Mops is special Canadian. Arcadius is considering it's a made-up country. There are a lot of Canadians. I mean, aren't they all made-up countries? Are there countries that aren't made up? Are there purely natural countries? That is also what I do have the same reaction I used to get when my mom walked in and I was breaking a rule whenever I see your stupid little turquoise tomfoolery. What? Probably the car's name, I'm guessing. Plus you're not the one who made the Discworld reference. Oh, it's a Discworld reference. No wonder I didn't get it. Arcadia says birds aren't real. Canada geese are birds, therefore Canada isn't real. Oh wow, that is some Michael Moore level logic right there. Thaddeus is okay, and what higher compliment is there than saying it looks like fried chicken? Canada geese aren't birds, they're rats with wings. Mops is French Canadian, special Canadian. You're terrible. Mops is gonna be like, what the hell does that mean? It's a good thing Mops is a nice person. Okay, so what are we doing here? We are okay. Let's read these instructions. Put the syrup in the butter in the medium high-sided saucepan. Clip a reliable candy thermometer on the side of the pan or have a digital thermometer ready. It's ready. Prepare a bowl of ice to cool down the pan later. I just put some ice in my sink with a little water. I can't do that. There's dishes in my sink. Heat the syrup over medium heat until it reaches 235 degrees Fahrenheit. This will take in the range of 10 minutes. Okay, so medium heat. And then I'm going to go ahead and set a timer for 8 minutes so that I remember to check it. Not because I wouldn't remember to do it, just because stream and other things going on. Do not stir. Okay, so I don't stir it. Just let it boil. Be careful to let just 235. You let it heat much higher, you'll end up with maple candy. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a Pyrex bowl. And some ice. Mom is lurking while driving. Abby, hi. I have to move that chat box a little bit. Anyway, hi. Hi, hello, hi. Okay, so, oh no. All right, everything is going too quickly. Hold on a second. Abby, hi, it's good to see you. Thank you for the raid. Okay, Cobra chickens. My mother is lurking while driving. Hi, Mom. Arcadia says no shade to Canada. Really, it's one of the few places I'd willingly emigrate to. Canada, I do enjoy. I do enjoy the times that I have been. Okay, so hello. Johnny, hi. Peaches, hi. Abby, how did that game go? Did you keep playing that one game? Tell people what you were playing, because I was enthralled. I was like, oh shoot, I gotta go move stuff for stream because I was so enthralled. So I hope that remained an interesting game. So yeah, definitely tell people in chat about that. While I tell people about how wonderful you are. So if you guys are not yet following my friend Obi-Wan Kenobi, I highly recommend that you do that. In addition to playing like survival game management sim type things, in addition to a lot of other things, true variety streamer. Abby also really enjoys the Steam Next Fest, and so we'll play through a range of different games, and so is a fabulous source of new games coming out. And because he plays so widely, I trust his opinion on a lot of different genres. And he's always got his finger on the pulse of what's coming out and what's cool, particularly when it comes to indie games. So definitely drop Bobby a follow if you are not yet following him. Okay. Opting out says you can add Abby to your list. Not technically Canadian, but close enough. Okay, fine. Abby's close enough to Canada that Abby counts as Canadian. Okay, so Abby says I was playing this room decorating game, Pacific Drive, and we played Children of the Sun, which is the one that I was there for. Was it Pacific Drive? You said it took place in the Pacific Northwest. It was so interesting. I was like, this is really interesting, and the premise sounded interesting. Sadie says I've been eyeing Pacific Drive, super hyped for it. Abby says me too. I've pre-purchased it. I see. So that was the one I saw. The one that I said was pretty. It was very, very interesting. I was pretty intrigued by it. But it's the kind of thing that I will be intrigued to watch other people play, because I don't think I would play it myself. But it is definitely one that if you play it, I will be there with bells on, because it sounds fun. So I, if you don't know me, by the way, hi, I'm Leah. I do mostly cooking here on this channel, which is in theory what we're doing today. We haven't gotten very far, but that's pretty normal. I also do play games, typically on Fridays. Right now we're playing Hades, so if that sounds fun, come back at 4 o'clock on Friday and we'll play some Hades together. Let's see. What else do we do? What else do we do when people raid? Right. Oh, thank you for the raid, Abby. If you need to go take care of other members of your household, furred and feathered, or if you need to go take care of yourself, get food or whatever after streaming for however long, please do go take care of yourself. I appreciate the raid so much, and I will see you again very soon if you have to skedaddle. So thank you. Abby says I found the name Make Room. Pacific Drive was the driving survival weird game. That was the one that was cool. It was cool. Okay, and Children of the Sun is kind of like super hot puzzle bullet bending game. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Abby says I will be very much playing it on stream, really thinking about somehow getting a wheel controller to play Pacific Drive. Ah, fun. Thaddeus says that would be sick. It reminds me of Jalopy, but survival mode. Yeah, it was really interesting. I would say that most of the time I would say survival games are not necessarily my jam. But when Abby told me what it was about, I was like, yeah, this is really intriguing. I can't wait to see what the actual story of this is. So that sounds like fun. Okay, Abby says, need to feed the lads. I'll be back for pancakes. Save me some, please. I absolutely will. But for now, we're boiling maple syrup to make maple cream. Oh, we are getting very close. We are at 223, 224 to 225. Yeah, so we're getting very close. I would think that we will be close enough in a minute or so that, okay. So this is good. Right, so then take it off the heat, set it in ice or ice water to cool to about 100 degrees Fahrenheit. This doesn't take long, so be alert. Oh gosh. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do, actually. I'm going to just quickly fill this with water. I don't necessarily want to put a boiling hot pan inside my Pyrex. It's pretty good, but what we're going to do is we're going to put this right here. So this is the temperature is apparently extremely, extremely important. So I don't want to let it boil too hot. Okay. Teleports Abby inside a large fluffy dosa. Oh my gosh. So this is perfect because you can kind of put the handles in sideways, and I'm just going to pour this from here into there. And I think that'll be a better option than putting the entire pot in the Pyrex. Okay, so this is still got a little bit of a ways to go. It's not heating up as fast as I expected. Okay, so that's okay. Whew. All right. Okay, so let's read the rest of this. When the syrup has reached 235 degrees, take it off the heat, set it in ice or ice water to cool about 100 degrees. It doesn't take long, so be alert. Once the syrup has cooled, remove the pan from the ice and take a wooden spoon and start stirring. Okay, so here's the thing. Actually, though, you know what we should do? We should just put it in here. I'm a genius. Yeah, let's just put it in there. So we're actually going to do it in the mixer. I read a couple of other recipes that said you could do it in the mixer. And that's going to be easier than standing here stirring by hand for 10 to 30 minutes, which didn't actually sound like much fun to me. I just need to find my my whisk attachment for my mixer, which is possibly, I guess, back here. Yeah. And the video that I watched was an actual Canadian doing this, so I'm guessing this is probably okay. Brigitte says, oh, heck no. Oh, heck no what? Oh, heck no. Definitely don't do that by hand. Yeah. No, I don't want to do that. That sounded like no fun to me. That sounds like one of those things that sounds fun until you're actually having to do it yourself. Yeah, this has still got a few more minutes, but we're getting there. Yeah, no, actual Canadian, no fake Canadians, no special Canadians either. No, I don't think she was a special Canadian. She had just a very Canadian accent, not a French Canadian accent. Brigitte quoted it and then put a reminder in Discord for me to clip it. So I think Mops is going to find out. Besides, Mops will know what I mean when I call her special. She knows I think she's special. Okay. We're close. We're at 2. This is the only problem with using this big pan is that it's like a little bit too big to like put the thermometer in it. I'm really trying to get the probe submerged, but not touch the bottom of the pan, and that's kind of a challenge. What did it say? 235. Okay. I have to really try not to drop this in the vat of boiling maple syrup. But also not touch the bottom of the pot. Sorry, I'm sure this is riveting. But like, it's so close. Okay, there. Got it. Now, turn the heat off, and we're going to pour it into here. Once again, not wanting to waste this. Let's just get that into our water bath. I'm going to drop that in the sink. And then just throw some water in that so that it doesn't set. All right. Perfect. Now, more temperature. It says it doesn't take very long to get it to 100 degrees. So this is already at... This is at 200, but I think I should be able to just leave this. Can I just leave this here?
Can I interest you in fruit or dessert?
Sunny, hi!
Would you care for some tea?
Sorry. Hold on a second. I'm messing with a
Guess
thermometer.
I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Okay. Hold on a second. Let me let me scroll up. Yes, it worked. Excellent. I love that.
You're hot, Cupcake.
Guys are setting off all the sound alerts. Why? Okay, Brigitte is getting fort withdrawal. Thaddeus says, are there good thermometers for things in the oven where you put the probe in and have a wireless readout outside the oven? Yes, it is. There are, and I will talk about that in just a second. Brigitte says those look cool AF, like you can get the reading on your phone with some. It's true. Thaddeus says it's not riveting, it's cooking. I don't see any middle rivets anywhere. So that is yes, that's we talked about. What was it? Nail pants? Oh, there's Nether. Hi, Nether. Yeah, nail pants, right? In Dutch. Okay. Sorry, hi. Sorry, I'm scrolling up. Okay, Sunny, hello. Okay, Nether, hi. Trombone Dalek, hi. Kamesy, hi. Sunberry, hello. Chef John, hi. Arcadia, hi. Let's see, what is this? Sunny. The Lonely Has, hi. Hello and welcome to here. Wizard the Pig, I love your name. Jim, hello, hi. Pancake hours, heck yeah. Jim is definitely not late. Salty, Groban crashed, hi. Salty, hello, hi. The cowbell sketch was good, but for my money, it's Watkins/Meadows doing the census kit. Hi, bye, Leah. Happy Valentine's. Are you going to do Slep? Go do Slep, Kamesy. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming over on the raid. It's really good to see you. Also, I owe you a DM, but you know how life is. I will send that soon. And yes, happy Valentine's Day, sleep well, and we will see you soon. Right, okay, so, first of all, Sunny, hi, how was stream? What did you do? What did you play? Okay, this is actually already cool enough that I need to put it in the mixer. Sorry, you just came in at a time when I'm, like, just a little tiny bit overwhelmed, because this is, like, a whole, like, heckin' thing. We're doing a whole heckin' thing. Once I get this going, it should be okay. So yeah, just give me one second here while I figure out how to make this work. And then we're just gonna let that run for like 10 minutes, I think. So hopefully that's not too terribly loud. All right, let me get a towel that's not sticky, and then I can greet all of you properly. Thank you so much for your patience. Okay. Right. So, Sunny, can we actually get another quick shout out for Sunny real fast? Okay, so, Alpine, I mean Eon. Eon, hi, yes. Yo, Pancakes, yes, please. Yes, Pancakes. Sunny says, how do I explain my stream apart from flirty chaos, but with plants? Sunny was playing a game called Take Me or Leaf Me. Is this a plant dating sim? Okay, so I know that Sunny, am I right? Oh my god, it's quite literally a plant dating sim. Oh my god. Okay, so I know that that Sunny does various things on her channel. Plays Mass Effect, which I know some of you really like. Apparently other games, including plant dating sims, but also is a very accomplished seamstress, if that's something that a word I can use. Definitely does some sewing on the channel, puts together Legos. It's just a whole bunch of stuff going on over there. So if any of those things sound interesting to you, please do drop Sunny a follow. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it, Sunny. If you guys don't know me, I'm Leah Fireheart. I do cooking here on this channel sometimes when I'm not just talking people's ears off. Today we're making maple cream, like fluffy maple syrup for Pancake Day, and also sausage and potato hash, which we haven't gotten to yet. Hi and welcome. I also do some gaming here on this channel. Right now we're playing Hades on Fridays at 4. So if gaming is more your speed, then come back on Friday for Hades. Okay. Fun fact: dates are plant. Dates are plant. Opting out, you nailed it. Okay, Thaddeus is okay, but someone used plant puns to flirt. It'd work though. There were plenty of puns. Sunny. Jim should eat a food. Yes, Jim, we have a whole clip for that on this channel that tells you to go eat, or actually that asks you if you have eaten. If the answer is no, you should go eat. Thaddeus says, "Will call me a thorn because that pricked my interest." Oh, so we're doing plant puns now. Where the hell's Corey? Corey's not here. Corey's at work. Darn it. Jim says, "I had a coffee this morning. That totally counts." Jim, it does not count. Please go take care of Jim. We will still be here when you are back from acquiring a foods. Sunny says, "I also had Camesy Nether, Wizard, and Blood Thread Shears as guests to voice the plants." Oh my gosh, funny. Corey was here, actually. Corey was here. Yes, Corey was here. Corey popped in before Corey had to go to work, apparently. Abby says, "I'm back now to play some Minecraft after I look for a used wheel controller." All right, let me know if you want help with that. I'm excellent at finding secondhand objects. Thaddeus says there seems to be a problem with puns in this chat. We should get to the root of the problem. Yeah, I push the pun button when I get it. If I don't get it, then one of my moderators can throw out command pun. Otherwise, you get the pun button from me and a look of mild disapproval. If you pun in this chat. Right. Okay. However, that said, I did see some new faces in the raid that we had just now. So while I let the this mixer run, I am going to go ahead and also run a raid video. It is 1 minute and 6 seconds long, and it should give you a better sense of what we get up to here. So if you want to sit tight and watch the raid video, consider dropping a follow if you're new, and I will be right back.
My time, talking about my time, my time.
only sticky. I'm covered in whiskey. I smell delicious.
I know, right?
Behave. It was a little dangerous.
Stab, 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 stab.
Behave harder. I have a moment alone with my burger. Hashtag pro streamer push the wrong button. It's fine. Hi. Right. So that is us here. Me, my husband and moderator and bartender, Grognard Gourmand, and also our Puggle Chester, who's around here somewhere. Probably bothering Grog about dinner at this stage of the game. So if that looks good to you, yes, please do drop a follow. We would love to have you back. If not, if I'm not your thing, then or if you have to skedaddle because it is getting late where you are, this applies to you too, Sunny. If you guys have other things you need to go do after stream, then definitely go take care of yourself. Thank you again for the raid, Sunny, and hopefully I will see you guys around sometime soon. Right. Okay. Obviously they let some help. I'm okay at it, but tech stuff is also hard to gauge. That's true. That is hard. That is true. So we'd have to talk about specs and stuff, but actually I am very good at finding, secondhand things. I know all the good sources. So opting out says, well, will the raid video let me know whether or not I should behave? It will. It will absolutely tell you to behave. Every single time. It will also tell you every single time that I need a moment alone with my burger, which is just a thing that people say, like, on a regular basis. It's just a thing. Sunny says I also dropped the unholy word of partner at the end. So I'm assuming this is like plantner, but partner, partner. It sounds like something you would get on your foot after walking through like dirty sand. Thaddeus says so far she's missed a Shrek reference and a Lord of the Rings reference. So you really have to make sure the pun's out there. Grog says it will tell you to behave harder. How you interpret that is up to you. Also the Discworld reference. That is true. Yeah, plant partner. I don't know how I feel about that. And wait, did we already push the pun button for that one? That's more of like that's not so much of a pun and more of like a, what do you call it when you mash two words together? Can we just leave the plant puns for now? No, we can't. Brigitte says I bought a partner from IKEA last month. It does kind of sound like an IKEA word, doesn't it? A portmanteau. Thank you, Arcadia. Amazing. You're incredible. Or in this case, a plantmanteau. Jiminy Christmas. I can't believe you. Okay. Sunny actually did buy 2 plants from IKEA. Okay, so fun story about our friend Corey. When Corey goes to IKEA, someone has to go with her in order to keep her from buying more plants at IKEA. I have been Corey plant supervisor on at least one occasion. So I'm just kind of letting this run. I feel like maybe it needs to just be a little bit faster. Although it did say it would take, like, I don't know. I feel like this is kind of a better speed for, like... You guys can't see what I'm looking at. Hold on. Let me move this. Plant supervisor sounds very official. It is. It's very official. You guys can't see this. But, so, I'm basically whipping maple syrup, kind of. It's not really whipping it. It's more like... mixing it gently. Trombone Dog says, okay, I'm back. My pancakes just arrived. Congratulations. Heck yeah, pancakes. Amazing. So it did say it would take 10 to 30 minutes. So I guess I just let it continue to cool and whip. We're looking for something that kind of looks like the consistency of like whipped butter, honestly. So we'll see if it does that. If not, it's still maple syrup and it'll be fine. Proceeds is giving the maple syrup the Megara treatment. Whipped butter. Whipped butter is actually very, very good too. Yeah, it's very, very good, and especially if you add honey to it. It's delicious. But we're not doing that. Chocolate chip pancakes. Heck yeah. That sounds really good. Yeah, we're gonna toast some pecans, and we're gonna do no, to 10 to 30 minutes before you whip it. No. So we're not so much whipping it as mixing it gently. I misspoke. But because the original recipe called for you to do it by hand and we're using the mixer, I don't want to treat it too roughly. Because I'm not sure what that would do, but also I'm not entirely sure how to, I don't know, whatever. We're just gonna let it run and see how it goes. Obby says, I think I may have found a wheel for 20. Heck yeah. And if it cools too fast, maple chip pancakes. No. It's not going to cool too fast. I don't think. It's still very, very liquid. I think it'll be all right. Opting out says, I've been uncharacteristically mum on the plant puns, but I'll hedge my bets and remain quiet. You realize that I have to pause between hitting that button, right? You realize I have to like take a pause because if I hit it too many times in a row, it won't take. So there's one for mum, one for hedge, and one for remaining quiet. There's just way too many plant puns available to all you people. It went so high over her head, it had to call the FFA. Original. No. No, it does. Honestly, like there's so many references that I just don't get. And the thing is that like if you said it to me in another context, I might actually get it. It's just that when I'm streaming, there's like I've got chat here, I've got chat there, I got an ad in coming in 19 minutes. I'm looking at the bit rate on my OBS. I got maple syrup in the mixer. My brain is like pulled in about 18 different directions, and my brain doesn't do that well to begin with. So I might actually get it in another context. All of these puns. Who planted this idea in our heads? Orange, you going to include ivy and bean. I need to be able to like manually edit the pun command or something. I need to be able to add like 6 at a time or 4 at a time. Yeah, that's why streamer brain exists. Oh, thank you, Mom. Look, thank you. Wait, did you see the bottom of it? Look how cute the bottom is. It's like got this little like lace ruffle thing, and then look at the back. Wait, hold on. It's just a little bit harder. The back is like, isn't it? Wait, you guys can't see it if I look back. So you have to like, isn't it pretty? It's pretty lace. I love it. Thaddeus says, we carrot continue with these puns. It's causing her pain. It's not actually causing me pain. I just have to like count the number of times to push the pun button. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was 5 that I missed. So there you go. 5 puns. All in a row. Okay, right. So, 17. So I'm going to let this continue to run, I think. While we... All right, so here's what it says. It says, just keep steadily stirring the thick syrup, and eventually it will start to lighten in color, and then it will magically thicken into a spreadable consistency like peanut butter. This can take anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes, so don't get discouraged. Switch arms, pass it off to another stirrer, but keep at it. When the mixture has thickened, immediately pour it into a jar. Store the maple cream in the refrigerator. It will keep a long time like maple syrup does. Makes 1 cup. Okay. So I'm going to just let that continue to run. I'm going to set it for another 10 minutes, and we'll check it after 10 minutes. But what I'm going to do is actually pull this off to the side a little bit and get started on our hash, because it is almost 6 o'clock. And yeah, we haven't gotten very far. So Mom says, I saw the bottom when you went to push the button. It's very New Orleans. Perfect for Fat Tuesday. Yeah, it kind of is, isn't it? And it's, ironically, this is not one of the ones that I bought in New Orleans. 3 of my dresses have come from places in New Orleans, but this is not one of them. Hunting House is one of these days. It's just going to read, chat has punned yes times. Thaddeus's watermelon wanted to marry, but he said he can't elope. Ah! Brigitte says, if I recall correctly, you can edit the number on the pun counter by adding more than 1 at a time. What do you mean? Okay, so you can go like pun 2. What did the other one say? Did it say 278? Did it say 1276? No, that only added 1. Arcadia says, I thought at least one of chat's witty wordplays would escape Leah's attention, but no. Pun intended. Oh my god. Let us move from the plant puns. Opting out says, I've often heard that one with honeydew or honeydew shoehorned in there. There's a house in New Orleans. Oh yeah, there is a house in New Orleans. At least I got that one. Thaddeus says, I tried to make that work, but my brain wasn't working. You could say my melon's tired. Rashid says, we'll need to read up on it. Okay, I am declaring a pun moratorium now because I actually do need to make dinner. Okay, so let's grab the or if my mods want to continue adding the pun command for all y'all, then they can do that. But I have given up for today because otherwise I'm never going to get this done. Okay. Let's see. All right. Trombone Daleks is reposting since I think I got this lost in the pun counters. I also got some veggie quesadillas for later. Tomato soup. I wanted broccoli cheddar, but they didn't have it. And some spanakopita, which I've never had before, but sounded good. Spanakopita is terrific. It's so good. I hope you like it. Okay, Arcadia, that one I don't know. Thaddeus says, thank you for not counting that pun. It's definitely not my best work. You guys are doing just fine. And ordinarily, I would be 100% on board. But in theory, we should be finished here by 7 o'clock. And we are nowhere near done with all of this yet. So, right. It says 3 large potatoes peeled and cubed. I feel like those are large enough that we don't need more potatoes than that. So let's peel these potatoes. The plan is to peel potatoes, but actually my potato peeler I used to peel carrots earlier, so give me just a second to wash it. But hey, that's just a potato dealer. No, my potato dealer is just a normal grocery store this time of year. Although we can get potatoes at our farmer's market, but the farmer's market is closed for the season. So there are year-long farmer's markets around us, and potatoes might be one of those things that they would be able to sell. But no, I don't have a fancy potato dealer. I have only a potato peeler. And then in theory, we're only supposed to use 3 of these sausage links, but because I'm not doing exactly what the recipe says. I'm going to cut up all 4. I just kind of feel like potatoes are one of those things that, like, they don't look like it's going to be a lot until you actually start, like, cutting them up. And then you're like, okay, that's just a lot of potato. Peeled and cubed. It doesn't tell me how small a cube. How long are we cooking this? Cubed potatoes cook for 7 to 10 minutes until they're about halfway cooked through. I think I'm going to assume fairly small cubes. Because I don't necessarily want to put a big cube of potato in my mouth. Things I say sometimes.
Yeah! Let it out! Let the disco happen!
Dirtle, hi! How are things today, Dirtle? It is very good to see you. Tuesdays are funny. There are times when I don't see people over the weekend. And then I'm like, it feels like I haven't spoken to you in forever. When actually, I'm actually pretty sure that I spoke to Dirtle literally yesterday. But it just seems like forever. All right, so, Salty's is a big fan of spanakopita. Hopefully you like it. Yes, I like it too. Like, a lot. Thaddy says one of my dad's most valuable and earliest lessons was when he told me about his first job at a burger joint. He got really good at peeling onions and potatoes, so they never wanted him to switch off that task. Life lesson learned that day. Yes, don't be too good at things that you don't want to do, because people will nominate you for them. That is accurate. Oh, the animal lawyer is here. Better feed the mutt. Heck yeah. Yes. Yes, I think we hung out in one chat or another in recent days. Yes. In fact, I know we did. We hung out in Dez's chat yesterday. That's a lot of potatoes. Do you see why I only wanted to cut up 2? That's just a lot of potatoes. All right. So, olive oil to a large skillet. Okay, so actually I need my large skillet for pancakes. So I think I'm going to use my, I think I'm actually going to use my Dutch oven for this. Because I really only have one large skillet. So, olive oil. 2 tablespoons. It is lightening in color, that's for sure, but it is definitely not the consistency of peanut butter. Rashid says, I'm still not convinced there's such a thing as too much potato. There is a thing as too much potato for your pan, that's for sure. Turtles says, never too much potato. I maintain that potatoes are proof that God loves us. Brigitte says, I'm a huge fan of his tuber content. I'm doing that one because I want to prove that I understand the reference. Guys. Right. Heated a large skillet over medium heat. I'm actually going to turn this down just a little bit. Add the cubed potato, season with salt and pepper, cook for 7 to 10 minutes. Ooh, okay. So this is, let's check in with this. Let's just check in with this here. So this is definitely, can you guys see this? Sorry. Let me move this bowl because otherwise it's just gonna kind of be like in the way. So this is definitely not the consistency of peanut butter yet. This is way liquidier than peanut butter. So we're just gonna go ahead and keep going for 10 more minutes at like a medium speed, which will take us to the sort of max recommended time for this project. And I'm hoping that it does, in fact, turn into a peanut butter-like spreadable consistency, but we'll talk about that. Salty says, no, Leah, that's a case of pan too small for your potato. I mean, yes, but I don't have a larger pan than this one. Thaddeus wants latkes now. We made latkes in December. Or no, November. I think it was like, wait, was it December or November? No, it was December. It was December. It was December. We made latkes in December. We made them for Hanukkah. Even though I'm not Jewish. we were doing a holiday food week, and it happened to fall when Hanukkah was starting. So that's what we did. It was really good. They're delicious. I ate a lot of them. Trombone Deluxe is Spanakopita update. I liked them. I forgot my mixed relationship with puff pastry because it is too flaky and I don't like the flakes by myself. So then there is flaky carnage left over I don't eat. Well, that's all right. At least you liked a lot of it. At least you liked the filling. That's good. Thaddeus says anytime we talk about potatoes. Okay, now that one I did get. That's another Lord of the Rings reference. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. Yes, you see? I do understand some things. Salty says sort of like how I feel about pie crust. If I end up with a section without filling, I don't enjoy it particularly. Okay, so I'm a little weird. I like pie crust better than I like pie filling. Which is why, like, the Pop-Tarts that I get from our baker at the farmer's market near, where I have my market every month, my vintage market, one of them, because it's like a huge amount of very fancy French pie crust with like a thin layer of filling in the middle, and it's perfect because it's mostly pie crust. It makes me really happy. Thaddeus says my mom never gave me her recipe, so if I steal your recipe and say it's my family recipe, mind your business. No problem. Should be on the website, actually. Trombone Dalek says salty lamp says I don't mind pie crust because it's thick enough. Brigitte says surely a combination of crust and filling is the ideal. Okay, so you know how when I make like anything and I use pie dough and then I like make the little strips of like cinnamon sugar pie crust? Those are my favorite part, which is why I always do it. Salty says they find dry textures less than optimal for me. That's fair. Thaddeus is sorry, what did I just hear? I don't know. Yes, incoming ad break. Yes, I saw that. Jerome Dalek says a partner messaged me this morning and said that there was snow, but he still had to go into work. There was. It was like a heckin' blizzard. There was so much snow. The thing that was funny though is that it rained first, so it was wet. And it was like, okay, so I looked, it was like 41 degrees. It was like freedom units and 3 degrees Celsius, which I realize it can still snow at, right? Like it still can snow in that temperature band. But like, it was like these big fluffy flakes and it did it for like an hour, but it didn't stick. It was just wet and it didn't even really stick to like trees or grass or that much or anything either. right, so Dirtle says, what are you going to do about that pan that's too small for your potatoes? I'm going to put potatoes in it, Dirtle. Salty says this way people make pies instead of dry crust and bolus of filling. Ash, hello, hi. Trombone Dalek says he did mention he used the term blizzard when mentioning his sadness. I was so surprised by the volume of snow because I did not think there was snow in the forecast at all. Okay, so Dirtle says actually 3 to 4 degrees Celsius is the best temperature for snow to fall. Is it really? Okay, I didn't know that. I just assumed it had to be, my California self thought 0 is where you get snow. But 3 degrees, there was a lot of snow, but it didn't really stick. Rashid says, I enjoy it when a chicken pie lid is on its own. The bottom is soft and chickeny, but the top crisp and buttery. Dirtle says, I mean for big snowflakes and for snow to actually stay. Oh, really? Yeah, I think our grass must have been too warm. Okay, I am going to continue whipping this maple syrup. I'm going to go ahead and take our ad break. So this is going to be 3 minutes of ads for those of you who are not subscribed. Those of you who are subscribed, you're going to see something else. And that's going to keep this stream ad-free for potentially the rest of stream, ? We may go a little over today. That's okay. So I will see you guys back here very soon. Be right back. Right. So I think the sound for clips came through the like desktop audio that I had to turn off to make the Spotify thing work, which means that I need a separate audio thing for... How do I do that? Do I just use the... I don't even know. I don't know how to do that. We'll have to figure that out. In the meantime, sorry about that, guys. I didn't mean to play a bunch of clips with no audio. I didn't realize that it was broken. So there we go. We're going to have a lot of things to fix after stream today, which is fine. I knew that things would break. I just didn't necessarily expect them to break that thoroughly. Okay, I would not really call this exactly peanut butter consistency, but this is definitely lighter. So it is, in fact, like doing the thing. I just think we need to let it keep running for a bit. So we'll do that while we do this. Right. Okay. So, right. Okay. Hold on a second. Right. Hold on. I have to scroll up. Okay, no, it's too much. Sorry. Sorry for losing track here, you guys, a little bit. This is okay. This is all right. This is fine. Right. So while I was on break, I put the potatoes in the pan, so we're good there. Now I'm going to actually chop up an onion and some peppers so that those are ready to go. In 7 minutes, when it is just, it's fine. Chat is entertaining itself. Yes, you all are. You all are great at entertaining yourself. For real. And I appreciate that so much about you, because when there are times when things get a little bit out of control, y'all can be relied upon to amuse yourselves while I get everything sorted out. I really don't know how to fix the problem of like a browser source sound though. I might have to talk to Faye about that. Because Faye was the one who helped me figure out exactly what I needed to do with the Spotify sound. Does it just count as like... Because it's not really a window that's open. So it's not like the application is necessarily going to capture it. Okay, we're just going to let those brown a little bit and assume we're going to be able to get them off the bottom of the pan once they've browned a little bit. Oh no. Brigitte says, yo, Dirtle, did I ever tell you about the time I ate a pancake? You did not, Brigitte. Tell me about it. Oh no. This is probably something that will have happened in the year of 19-3. I know I need a red pepper. And I think I was supposed to have a green pepper, but I don't have a green pepper. I have a yellow pepper, so we're going to use that instead. Why did I know the year was going to be 19-3? So it's half a red bell pepper and half a green bell pepper. Okay, so let's just cut these peppers in half. Let's start there. I might read a summary of this when Brigitte is finished. Knowing this sort of story, this might go on for a while. Ideally, I would get out a paring knife, but we're just going to go with the chef's knife for now. All right, this has progressed far enough that I can read some of it, which is, okay. So the year was 1983. I was working at a restaurant at the time. Dirtle says the best year for things like that to happen. Brigitte says I was driving to the restaurant a mere blocks away when I found a crisp 20 in my flannel shirt pocket. Driving in that economy, says Dirtle. Oh, you found a crisp 20. That would have allowed you to drive. Yes. Brigitte says, oh gosh, this was just before fuel prices escalated, but at the height of the milk price problems. Before then, a crisp 20 could have bought you 40 pints of milk. I gotta check those potatoes, I think. Right? Is that timer? Is the timer for potatoes? I don't remember. Yes, the timer is for potatoes. So we want our potatoes to be about half cooked, it says. Which seems like probably fair. Let me finish cutting up the peppers. Turtle says the children suffered greatly, I remember. Trombone Dalek half expecting this story to be like Alice's Restaurant. Not exactly, but I would say you're in the right genre. Hey, look, a reference I understood. Because it is definitely not from this century. You can get anything you want at Alice's Restaurant. I'm not going to sing all of it because it will get me muted, but just so you know, I might actually be able to sing the whole thing. There was definitely a point in my life at which I could. Arcadia says your car ran on milk. Wow, the auto industry was a hotbed of innovation back in 1983. Brigitte says, so there I was, wearing what turned out to be my Thursday flannel, but despite it not being Thursday. I was basing my style, as most of us back then, on that famous actor from that movie. Oh no, Brigitte, how did you handle that conundrum? Yes, except in Alice. It was a good year for movies. Brigitte says, I decided I would take a detour to the Pancakeria. Churny, hello. This is, I don't know how to explain to you what's going on here, but hi, it's really good to see you. Trombone Dalek says, this is impervious if you can sing the entire song. I think you meant probably impressive. Yeah, impressive. Okay. It's a long song. It's like 30 minutes long. Yeah. Vix has raised the volume just in time to hear this singing. Yes. Churney says this looks suspiciously like something I was looking at cooking soon. What? Yeah, I'm making hash. Okay, so add onion and cook for another 3 minutes. Okay, so let me just add my onion here. We are going to make pancakes, I promise. But we're making other things first. Churney, how are you? It's good to see you. By the way, I meant to take a look at your Discord earlier, and then I ran out of time. Are you doing streamer work time tonight? I know sometimes you do that on Tuesdays. Okay, and then this you know what's going on here? A blissful rest from my horrible workday. I am very, very sorry to hear that you had a terrible day. I hope we can indeed provide a bit of a respite. There's quite a lot of nonsense going on in chat, but that's hardly anything new and probably won't be surprising to you. I'm cutting up chicken sausages. In theory, you're supposed to just kind of like squeeze the meat out of the casing of ones that are not pre-cooked. But right now, chicken sausage works for grog, and we're not entirely sure anything else will, so we're going with this. Vic says, I was thinking of frying some salty potato. You should definitely fry salty potato. Potato is never the wrong answer. Potato is always correct answer. My mother says, Brigitte, the story is familiar, but in all the streams, I've never heard the denouement. No, that's because there isn't one. I don't know that this story will ever necessarily be completed. Trinity says, I'm thinking of moving Streamer Open Studio to a different night of the week. Okay, so you know that would be amazing for me, right? Because, like, the problem with Tuesdays is that, like, it's the night that I'm in the kitchen the latest. And I would really, 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 really love to be able to do that. It's just that most of the time, by the time the end of stream rolls around, I'm, like, too tired. So it said 3 links. I'm actually just going to go ahead and use all 4 because what am I going to do with 1 chicken sausage? Like, I'd rather just have it all in the hash. It'll be fine. Also, we still have the mixer going. It's been going for half an hour. Is that annoying anybody? Let me rinse my hands. Hold on a second. Oh my gosh. Okay. Right. So this is the maple cream. I mean, all right. So what I would say is this is kind of the consistency of warm peanut butter, but we're just going to probably go ahead and put that into a jar as recommended or something as recommended. Because I think that's as good as it's going to get after being running for half an hour. Okay. Sausage, red bell pepper, green pepper, garlic, which I'm leaving out, and red pepper flakes, which I am also leaving out. So this is fine. Cool, 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 cool. All of this goes in here and will provide, hopefully, a delicious accompaniment to our pancakes. So let me just... Yeah, see, like, I'm really glad that I didn't try to do this in my frying pan. Like, I really don't think it would have gone well. Like, I think there would have ended up, look at how much sausage I'm losing here. I really think it actually would have ended up being, like kind of a problem. So, this is perfect. I might add a little bit more salt and pepper. Maybe we'll taste it first at the end. I did put some in when I put the potatoes on. Vix finds the mixer soothing. Okay, good. So does Brigitte. Okay, so white noise is not a problem. That's good. Brigitte says later. Oh, I hope y'all are enjoying following this because I'm sorry I've lost track. All right, Journey says, I picked Tuesday because I suddenly became available on Tuesday nights. And now it seems like everyone's busy Tuesdays, so maybe looking at Mondays. I need to figure out better days off, though, because Sundays keep becoming work days, even though they were supposed to be work-free days. Work has the unfortunate habit of consuming all available time. Mondays would be terrific for me, but there's a lot of other people around, so don't base it entirely. I mean, not that you would, but don't base it entirely on me. But Mondays would be great for me. Okay. Jane is free from work. Heck yeah! And until I have therapy for a little bit. Okay, cool. I'm glad we get you for a little bit then. Okay, Mom says, how do you know there isn't just one? There isn't one. We just haven't gotten there yet. All stories have a resolution. Some just take longer and take some meanders. Even soap operas and Call the Midwife resolve some stories eventually, and then they resurrect the person they killed off. Oh no, Jane, no. Jane, no! This is like the song that never ends. You start singing this. This is the song that never ends. Yes, it goes on and on, my friends. Some people started singing it not knowing what it was, and they'll continue singing it forever just because this is a song that never ends. I'm going to stop there. But this is the story that never ends. Ashwinder says, I watched the heck out of Rose in the past, so just started with Martha. Wanted to try Matt Smith for the first time, so I'm working my way up. I loved I loved Christopher Eccleston. I loved David Tennant. And then when Matt Smith took over, he and I did not gel. So I stopped watching. Ash says, I decided to hold my nose and brave TurboTax. Oh my gosh. Heck yeah, Ash. Amazing. Getting that done early. Turdy says, I mean, at least 2 of the other people who want to attend are available most weeknights. Okay. Cool. Awesome. Omega's Prime. Hi. Love the dress. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's new. I mean, it's secondhand, but it's new to me. Al says I walked in at a weird time. Al, when is it not ever a weird time here? Isn't it just kind of always kind of a weird time here? All right, so I'm gonna close that. We're gonna set a timer for like 5 minutes. And then hopefully that'll be finished. And then I'm gonna get out my pan for my pancakes. Al, we're making sausage and potato hash. And hey, look, wait, another Canadian. Wait, why are so many of we've been down this road already once today. Why are so many of my friends Canadians? It's like it's gotten to be a little bit of a thing. All right, so this is only supposed to be 1 cup. So we made maple cream, which I didn't know what that was. It's supposed to be kind of the consistency of peanut butter, and I guess it kind of is. No, I mean, I guess it kind of is. It's kind of the consistency of like warm peanut butter or like natural peanut butter. I do put natural peanut butter in the mixer with some regularity because like obviously, it separates in the jar. And so like I just empty the whole jar into the mixer and I mix it up and then it stays kind of homogenized for, a while. Let's taste this. It's delicious. It tastes like maple candy. So like maple butter or like maple cream or whatever, but it only has like a 1/4 teaspoon of butter in it. There's almost no butter in it. And we are going to put this on top of our pancakes. But first I'm going to put it in the fridge. Because I think it's supposed to solidify a little bit more as it cools. So we'll see if we can make it do that a little bit before it's time to eat. It required a lot of whipping, I will say. I would not want to do that by hand. I think I would want to do that in the mixer. If I didn't have a mixer, I don't think I would want to do that. Have you guys heard of this? Has anybody ever had this? This was entirely new to me. It's literally the first time I've ever heard of this. Tastes like maple syrup though. Delicious. Okay, a weirder time than usual. Yeah, well, I mean, Dirtle says we only have regular times here. I don't know what you mean. You have better than usual taste. All right, Mom says, Dirtle, sometime you can catch me up on the etiology of the crisp 20, but I do not want to distract you. Dirtle didn't start this. Believe it or not. Does anyone know if Twitch has sent out 1099s yet? I shouldn't get one, but I want to make sure. I don't remember. I think they did. I think you have to send them out by the end of January. I mean, it should be in your there should be documents in your creator dashboard. Dirtle says a couple of friends and I decided, oh no. Al says, I have had maple cream many a time during my time in the sugar bush. I'm sorry, what? What does that mean? Matthew says, is it good stuff or just average tasting? It tastes like thick maple syrup. I think it's pretty good. Turtle says you... Now everybody's singing Whip It. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, wait. You know what? That's on my playlist. I could just play that for you. Right. Okay. So we are going to take this thing that I had the ice bath in. I left it out because I just dried it. Let's make pancake batter. Finally. We are actually getting to the pancake portion of the Pancake Day stream. Heck yeah. Amazing. I'm just really kind of letting the chaos happen in my chat at this stage. We're just gonna... You guys are really, really funny. Um, mm, it's the forest that you gather maple sap in to make syrup. Wait. Ash. So, so Al, was this during your required 4-year service in the maple syrup mines as a Canadian? You know, the person who said that sometimes my chat gets a little weird was entirely right. And isn't it delightful? I don't know how to explain some of the things that happen here, though. International Pancake Day. I think so, yeah. Right? So 2 cups of regular flour, regular all-purpose flour. And yes, I served several years in there helping make the stuff. Did you really? That's incredible. It's not a mandatory service. Those of us that feel the call volunteer to man the maple syrup stations to craft the sweet lifeblood of the nation. Al, I love that you're just rolling with this. Okay, so I'm going to turn that off and take this off the heat. I'm pretty sure that the hash is going to be done by this stage. I'm just going to make sure that, oops, I just lost a pepper. I'm going to make sure that my potatoes are done and that there's enough seasoning on it. Crack that whip. Those potatoes need a few more minutes. Okay. Grog says the maple syrup mines of Canada, a wholly owned subsidiary of Tim Hortons. Turtles is Long John Silver's fun and game dance emporium, or as we used to call it, the Palace, was a very popular place, and that evening the place was packed. Okay, Alice has been in all seriousness. Yes, I did work in a sugar bush making syrup for about 5 years. It was an evenings and weekends kind of deal. That's amazing. I don't think our maple syrup is Canadian maple syrup. Where does our syrup come from? This syrup, it is Canadian maple syrup. I mean, it's Wegmans brand maple syrup, but it says product of Canada right there on the bottle. Amazing. Flour, sugar, baking powder, and salt. Okay, 4 teaspoons of baking powder, 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar. Let's just get some measuring spoons out here. Okay. 2 tablespoons of sugar. Turtle says we had a good time doing all the moves that were required to show one was with the time. What grade of maple syrup? You can tell a lot about a person based on their preference of syrup grade. Okay, so, I don't have a preference, which probably tells you everything you need to know. It is real. U.S. grade A dark color, robust taste maple syrup. We mostly buy it to put it in oatmeal. I have had very, very good maple syrup. I have a friend who's a woodworker. Like, that's what he does for his work, who also started a hot sauce company and then branched into aging maple syrup in bourbon barrels. I don't know. He's an interesting guy with a lot of interests. He's also an avid birder. He's like an amazing birder. He like travels internationally to go look at birds. Yeah, I know some interesting people. This is not limited to like Twitch chats. I like all these kinds of people. And he makes a smoked maple syrup that is holy hell so good. I mean, not like for pancakes, but like for like sauces and salad dressings and cocktails, especially cocktails. So there you have it, the story of the Crisp 20. Oh my god. Shinji, hi. Thank you for the hydrate. Hi. Appreciate the reminder to drink some water. Turtle says, I believe chat knows enough to follow the pancake story now, such as it is. Al says, Dirk is good as far as I'm concerned. Technically, lighter syrup is considered better grade, but it's a lighter flavor, more subtle, and I am not a subtle person. I'm not a subtle person either. What a coincidence. Hi, I'm late, but I'm here. You are not late. You are doing just fine. Hi and welcome. It's really good to see you. I am making pancakes. We're finally to that stage of the stream where we have made our maple cream, we have made our sausage and potato hash, and now we are making pancakes. So this is 4 teaspoons of baking powder. It's a lot of baking powder. I did get this recipe specifically off the internet because it called for almond milk. If you are new here or don't come around often, you may not know that we are mostly a lactose-free household. I do occasionally cook with cheese when it's just for me, but generally things that I feed to Grog maybe have butter in them, but that's going to be the only dairy products. So we're making pancakes with almond milk, and actually this one's interesting because the person who wrote the recipe says that that they think that these pancakes come out lighter and fluffier than regular milk pancakes. So I thought that was interesting. Okay. So we're gonna whisk this together. Mom says, Dirtle, that doesn't meet my expectations for the etiology of the Crisp 20, but it's your story, so I'll accept it. The thing you have to understand is, actually, I don't know what you have to understand. I don't know how to explain any of that, but I love that it exists in the universe. Turtle forgot the most important part. Don't put syrup in lighters. It's the kind of thing like putting sugar in gas tanks. That would probably cause an explosion. Let's not do that. Alice says, no, that's maple flame. It's a specific process to make that, to fuel the great maple torches that keep the cold at bay. Trombone Dalek says, I followed the story of the Crisp 20. Is the danceatorium still going? Opting out says, I went with coconut milk for mine because coconuts are mammals. We have completely fictional alternate history happening here. We have Canada is literally fueled by maple syrup, and now coconuts are mammals. You guys, if I told you the degree of nonsense that I grew up with in my house, like my father has a pretty good sense of humor, okay, like a really good sense of humor, and he's a funny guy, and my brother's a funny guy, and they would keep us rolling with laughter at the dinner table, okay? I have a very high tolerance for nonsense and shenanigans, and you guys have broken me. Are you trying to say coconuts aren't mammals? This is like one for the record books. Suddenly I was transfixed by the most beautiful pair of eyes I'd ever seen. The torches are lit. Ottawa calls for rain. I just we're in this situation where I'm just not going to be able to stop laughing. Help. All I wanted to do was make pancakes. And here I am gasping for breath over the concept of coconuts not being mammals. Trombone Dalek, I knew I was getting close, but I think that's the one that officially broke me. Some random geeks is nonsense in one household. I grew up on Monty Python. My family is silly. No, Monty Python also figured in. Dirtle says, but anyway, I should go to sleep now. The story of the crisp 20 made its way into Briggs' pockets. We'll have to wait for another time. Dirtle, thank you so much for hanging out and bringing your delightful brand of nonsense here. It is very, very, very good to have you around. As you hopefully well know by now, I like you a lot. So please do sleep well. I hope the morning finds you rested and ready to tackle another day. And we will see you again soon, I'm sure. Good night, Turtle, and thank you for the follow. If you followed after that, you are 100% in the right place. I don't even know you yet, and I can tell you that yep. If you like it here, that's about like here. That's just how here goes. Okay. I have to use a fork to scramble the egg. How about if I just use a whisk? Because actually, I have a whisk. And if I have a whisk, I might as well use it. All right, there's the scrambled egg. Add almond milk, 1 2/3 cups. All right, let me get a measuring cup here. Measuring cups are all dirty. Uh-oh. Okay, 1 2/3 cups. We're going to do this suboptimally. You should really use a glass measuring cup for this. Oh, right, and I have to pull the thingy off the heat. Let me just take a quick taste of the potato. All right. Now they're cooked. Okay. Pull that off the heat. Alice says this is the place of madness. Grog says if you were not mad, you would not be here. That is fair. Alice has never claimed otherwise. That's really good. Dramon Dalek says Leah wants us to watch her whip. Does she also nay? What? Is this a Monty Python thing? She's HDM nay, actually. That is a callback that nobody who wasn't here at the start of stream is going to understand, but I think it's really funny. Okay, almond milk. Almond milk. I bought the smallest thing of almond milk I could find because I don't like wasting it. Oops. And for the most part, we drink oat milk. But I don't like oat milk so much for these sorts of applications. It's just a personal preference. I think this is creamier. The almond milk is creamier. And so that is my preference. I use almond milk for cakes too. I think it's higher in fat technically than oat milk is. So I think that's probably what makes a difference. And then a 1/4 cup of vegetable oil or canola oil, which I have. So let's grab that. A 1/4 cup. I'm going to need another measuring cup. Okay. Right. Not a Monty Python reference for once. Okay, so I that one I don't know, unfortunately. Or I do, and streamer brain just has me clueless as usual. Alice's last time I made pancakes, I used buttermilk from the butter I had just made. Heck yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, I wish I could. I actually I did recently have occasion to look up making butter. Because it was the maple cream actually recipe that had one of the other blogs that I looked at for how to do this said something of like had another recipe just below that was talking about making butter, and I was like, that sounds so cool, I would love to, but I would be concerned that I would do it wrong and that I would poison Grog, and we don't want to poison Grog. So So I didn't. But it is very cool that you make your own butter. Doesn't it take like a lot of milk to make just a little bit of butter? But I guess if you can actually use the buttermilk, that's not that bad. I mean, we wouldn't really be able to use the buttermilk, unfortunately, because that definitely has lactose in it. Okay. Whiskey. All done. Vanilla extract. Dang it. Okay. I forgot the vanilla extract. Let's do that first. We did make our own vanilla extract, which is why it's in an enormous vodka bottle. Okay. Grog says if you think stirring polenta is bad. Okay. So 1, 2. Making butter is easy. Holy heck. Watch me whip. Nene is from 2015. Yeah, see, from this century. No wonder I didn't get it. Alice's is literally just heavy cream that's been whipped too long and squeezed. Arcadia thought it was like 2020. Hey, Arcadia. So in my Discord, I feel like it's under memes and silliness, but you wouldn't have to scroll up very far. My friends Des and Sarah have decided to apparently take turns torturing me with how old I am. Because songs that I grew up with are now 30 and 40 years old. Thank you, Sarah. You want to feel old? Go look at those. Grog says it takes a lot of milk and a lot of stirring. Thank you for not poisoning Grog. Yeah, that's probably better. Grog says my great-grandmother would milk the cows and spend the entire morning churning butter in a huge Warden bowl in her sink. I would use a mixer. I assume Al also used a mixer. You're not doing this by hand, are you? Trombone Dalek says, thank you for explaining the reference. I knew the spelling was wrong, but figured it was close enough. That was totally close enough that somebody got it. It just wasn't me. Opting out says, don't worry, Leah. I've posted a reference in your Discord for later. Bring you up to date with us hip youngins. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not totally sure, but just given some of the things that you said, I would guess that we are relatively similarly aged. Arcadia says that's violence. Power mixer for the win. I will absolutely cheat. I think that's way better. Don't do it by hand. Oh my god. Grog says they did have electricity, but she kept to the old ways with regard to making butter. Come to think of it, they also had one of those hand crank dryers. No way, really? Yeah, I respect that. I just ain't doing it. Yeah, I also respect that. I'm just also not going to do that. Okay, so it says take a non-stick pan over medium heat and spray with non-stick spray. I like to do a small test kit pancake first to make sure the skillet is ready. Once the pan is hot, pour about a 1/4 cup of batter into the pan. When you see a lot of bubbles pop up on the surface, flip the pancake with a spatula and cook until golden. This doesn't actually look any different than anything else that I've ever done. Where did I put that 1/4 cup? I'll just get another one. It's fine. All right. Although, you know what? I'm not going to use that. I'm going to do what I usually do because, you know, this is my channel and I can do what I want. First of all, pan spray. I think maybe we might use butter. Yeah, I think we're going to use butter. I'm going to use about a tablespoon of butter. And I'm just going to put that right here because we're talking about butter. Butter doesn't have significant amounts of lactose in it. It doesn't bother Grog. So, Arcadia says the worst thing being a vinyl listener / collector is the number of anniversary re-releases with unacceptable numbers of years since the original release. Yeah, Trombone Dalek says, was this in 1953? It might as well have been. The 1970s, they had 140 acres. They raised feed corn, had 2 milk cows, and a coop full of chickens. Kind of jelly. Honestly, I think actually the person who would be most jelly is Corey. Right. Okay, so while we do that, let me just quickly heat the oven to 350 degrees. I'm going to take this here, and we're going to toast some pecans because I want pecans. on my pancakes. But I'm just going to toast enough for me because I don't think Grog's going to want them. So, Grog says I saw enough of it to know that farming is hard work. No, for real. Yeah. I mean, the only thing, like, I think I like the idea of having chicken. Cows, not so much. Cows sound like a lot of work to me. I kind of like the idea of having chickens because I would love to have my own source of fresh eggs. Like that would be really cool. I would really like that. But in practice, I know that I'm not much of a. First of all, I'm not much of an outdoors person, and farming requires you to kind of be outdoors. I'm not much of a gardening person. It's just not something that I've ever necessarily really gravitated to, except my houseplants, which are chronically neglected. I haven't killed any yet, but it's actually getting close on one of them. Wait, Brigitte says not if you're on Instagram. What is farming easy on Instagram? Chickens are, Al says chickens are jackasses. Al, how do you know the chickens are jackasses? Just out of curiosity. Trombone Dalek says agreed, and they're also dinosaurs. Grog says, so the eggs and butter they served were the best I've ever had. Of course they are. Yeah. Oh, and Grog says the roosters hated him. Okay. All right, so let's do, let me actually just grab a pastry brush real quick. Because we want like a pretty nice thin, like layer. That's actually probably too much butter. So that means that the first pancakes are not going to be perfect, but plates. And then I'm going to turn this down just a little bit. And then the way that I like to do pancakes is I actually like to use a soup ladle. I think it's easier to control the batter than if you use a measuring spoon. So that's what I do. I do still have the food cam on, don't I? Yeah, I do. Okay. These are probably going to touch because there's only so much space. I don't have a griddle though. So this is what we've got. All right. Let me just stick those in there. As soon as that beeps, they'll probably be ready, but I'll also be able to smell them. All right, so opting out says the secret is to automate your coop as best as possible. Still work, but it cuts down significantly. Opting out, do you have chickens? And what do you mean by automating your coop? Al says I had chickens when I was a very young child. My grandparents were farmers. I've dealt with thrice damned chickens in my time. And opting out says, and chickens are velociraptors. Fun little velociraptors. Velociraptors, I think, would eat you if they could. Are chickens the same? Would they eat you if they could? Al says the rooster at my house attacked me several times when I was 4 or under. No! I did get the last laugh, though. We ate him. I bet you did. And Grog's the same. Vengeance was not sweet nor cold that day. It was hot and savory. Can someone quote that? Trombone Dalek says my grandparents were also farmers, mainly seed corn, soybeans, and wheat. They had a large garden and a chicken coop. Then one year, all the family members had chicken in their freezer when they retired from chickens. I mean, like Grog said, it's a lot of work. Past a certain point, there's just probably not a lot of will left for doing that. You know what's interesting is that, you know, I suppose I probably have, I mean, who doesn't have farmers in their family history? But like, I didn't ever have, like, my grandparents were all like firmly ensconced in a city by the time I came around. So I never really got exposed to any of that stuff. Grog says, Mrs. Tweedy, the chickens are revolting. I finally something we agree on. I don't get that either. Is that also from this century? That's probably from this century, huh? I don't think I've ever seen it. Oh, maybe that's Saturday's movie. Is Chicken Run worth watching? Yes. Is that worth watching? Yes. Grog is yelling at me. Yes. So maybe we'll watch. I did say that if something came up this week that we might watch We might watch, and that's a thing. Something else is we do have chickens. The pop door is automated. The water is heated in winter. Lighting is automated. Big food hoppers. So we have to collect eggs every day and then occasionally top up water and food. That actually doesn't sound that bad. That does not sound that bad. But I assume a lot of work went into getting it to that point. They're maybe not the prettiest pancakes ever. Yeah, and those, they're just going to be a little bit weird and pale like this the first time. We might flip them back over. I promise I do know how to make pancakes. It's just one of those like streamer things. Yeah, that one's a little bit too pale, but I always find the first batch ends up being pale, and then after that they're perfect. Let's see. Trombone Dalek says they retired from farming because it wasn't financially viable anymore. And see, that's what I was going to say, is that it's driving home kind of I mean, like, I know intellectually, right, that there's a lot of like, because we've heard people talk about this, a lot of small family farms that just don't exist anymore because of industrial farming practices. Largely because of industrial farming practices, they can't make a living at a small scale when other people are making a living at a very large scale, and so it just kind of put them all out of business. But I had never necessarily heard that story in such a, like, because obviously Grog's family doesn't farm anymore. Trombone Dalek stopped during her lifetime. Like, it's interesting. It's just interesting. Al says my uncle had egg chickens on a commercial scale, 400 to 600 birds. Some random geek says chicken run's worth watching. Okay. From the animators of Wallace and Gromit. Oh, so it's the claymation stuff that they can't get clay for anymore. Okay, let's try it. Okay, Zari, hi, or Zeri. Correct me if I'm pronouncing it wrong. My mother grew up on a farm, but all I know about is that it made her tired of having animals. Yeah, right. It does sound like a lot of work. But also, hi and welcome to here. Oh no, that was supposed to be off. Oops. Well, you guys can see that there's blue lights, right? Shinji, is blue your favorite color? Because your avatar is blue, and the hearts that you use in Discord are blue. And now my lights are blue. Is that why? And thank you for that. I usually turn them off for cooking streams, but you can see them. Grog says, when my great-grandfather died, my great-grandma divested of all the animals and equipment. They then found natural gas on their land and she sold the rights. That sounds far more lucrative. Okay, perfect. So these are done. And we're gonna do dinner in courses tonight because like I'm gonna do my dinner, and I'm gonna do Grog's dinner, and then I'm gonna do my dinner. So let me put these pancakes in here, and then we're gonna dish out some hash for Grog. Do you just want those 3, hun? Yeah, because I'm gonna give you hash too. Okay. Whee! And you want maple cream on them? Do you want additional butter? Okay. So I'm going to do this. Okay. Come on. Come on. Help me out here. There you go. And butter. And butter. Okay, and then these are too hot. I'm going to turn that down a little bit. And then I'm not entirely sure how one serves this. It says it was spreadable. I would say it's more like spoonable now, but I'm guessing it will be spreadable later. This is actually kind of great. Oh, the butter pat fell off of it. This is kind of great. I don't know how this like is going to be to eat. And it definitely doesn't quite have the aesthetic appeal of maple syrup dripping down the pancakes, but It does look looks absolutely delicious. Okay, and then I'm gonna get right here. Hello and welcome. Thank you for the follow. I'm just gonna do a little bit, and you can have more if you want it. Okay. So let me grab knife and fork for grog. And then, hang on just a minute. If I'm going to deliver grog, you know what that means. It is time to ring the dinner bell. I am going to go deliver food to grog, and I will be right back. Do you want the light on? You sure? Here. You don't need to eat in the dark. Let me flip these pancakes and then I'll check in with you guys. The second set's probably going to be perfect. It's usually what happens. It's just easy to put too much, well, not quite perfect. Eventually, they will get perfect, probably on the last batch, when there's just the lightest amount of fat coating the bottom of the pan. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Let me scroll up and keep track here. Okay. Right. Trombone Dolic says, I have fond memories with my grandfather and uncles in the tractors, grain trucks, and combine. It helped Mama make lunches to bring out to the guys and would have to beg her to let her help me stay and help half the time. Shindy says, and yes, I'm a colon cancer survivor. Oh, so much more context. Thank you. Alice's farm work was hard, but I wouldn't trade the time as a kid that I did it. Hi, Snow! Snow, hi! Darius says, I don't know what happened to my grandmother's farm now that I think about it. I assume she must have sold it or something, though, when she moved to the U.S. I mean, I would guess so. I don't know from where. Grog says, hey, Snow, we had snow today. We did have snow today. Alice says, I was in incredible shape when I lived... hey, I lost it. When I was living around family like that. Okay, Trombone Dolic says, even though Pop retired from farming, a family friend still farms. But the main reason it is still financially feasible for him is that he owns the land he farms, or his brother owns the land, so they don't have to pay for the land as well. That makes sense. Snow says, I really was all over the place this morning. You really were. Yeah. And you will be tomorrow, too. Pop was telling me some of the particulars with what people are paying for land these days to farm it, and it's ridiculous. Oh my gosh. Alice says we have some farms near where I'm living now that are getting a decent run by catering to the fresh organic market of people. That is true. Also, hi and welcome. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Yeah, so I do know that like community supported agriculture is definitely a thing, right? And I do know that there are people making a living at it. I do know that even that is can be a little bit dicey, but in the same ways that farming has always been dicey, I guess. Des is back with Din Din. Heck yeah. The whipped syrup looks a little like gravy. It does a little bit, doesn't it? It isn't though. It's definitely maple syrup. It's definitely whipped maple syrup. Okay. So here is my pancakes. And I'm going to just go ahead and put some butter on mine. Not going to put quite as much on mine. I like a little bit less butter than Grog does, as I have learned over the years. And then also the sausage and potato hash. We're just going to go and put a bit of that on my plate. Either the dog is making noises or Grog is making happy food noises. I'm not sure which. Yeah, first batch is the practice batch. Yes, always. Although the ones that I did for Grog didn't turn out too badly. Like eventually it gets like the absolute like perfect like perfect, beautiful pancake crust on it though. Like, and I'm not really sure how one does that. Mine are never that perfect until it like comes to the very end. I am going to go ahead and finish making these because believe it or not, they actually reheat fairly well in the toaster. So I just usually put leftover pancakes in the toaster and we can have them for tomorrow night. Okay. Yes, thank you guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. Trombone Daleks is especially since they will GPS map and only pay for the best land instead of the entire plot. Interesting. Wow. Okay. Super high tech. So this is the maple cream. I don't know what to think about this. This is really interesting. Okay. So I have a fork, I have a knife. We used these to serve things up, but it'll be okay. Opting out since I looked it up the other day, and an acre of land here cost more than we paid for our acre plus house in 06. Oh my God. Yeah, the housing market really has gone absolutely berserk. And my dress is super cute. Thank you. Wait, Snow, you didn't even see it. Did you see the little ruffle at the bottom? Look at how cute the little ruffle is. And the back too. Although you may have, because I think you saw me walk to give Grog his dinner. I just think it's adorable. I'm very pleased with it. I'm glad I bought it. I'm not going to get pecans on my pancake. I forgot that they were in the oven and they burned. That happens. Alice's best way I found to get that perfect crust is using bacon as the oil in the pan. Amazing. Yes, that's a terrific idea. Yes, poor pecans. It's okay. I knew Grog wasn't gonna want any anyway. But and I want to keep this away from I don't really want maple cream on my sausage hash. Yeah, so oops. Yeah, so I knew I was taking a risk putting them in the oven when I wasn't paying full attention, but it is what it is. It's fine. Mom says we live near a state land grant university with an agricultural concentration which has U-Picks regularly. The students grow the food while learning modern farming. It's also blessed with an abundance of small local farms. That's true. That is true. Alice says also if you cook a bunch of bacon, Leah, you can use that as the oil in the pancakes. Yeah, that would be really good. It's just same brain. Doesn't some trombone Dalek are sharing a brain cell. Those pecans deserved an echo of their own time, and I do really like them better toasted. I could just put the raw ones on but it's fine. All right. No, instead we are going to very quickly eat a pancake. Let's taste these. Let's see how this goes. Okay. I like the texture a lot. This is really good. I mean, it's different than maple syrup, obviously. And it isn't something that I feel like I would necessarily need to do all the time. But I do kind of like the idea of like, you could like spread this on sourdough, for example, in a way that I wouldn't do that with just like regular maple syrup. That would be so good. I mean, like I don't know how often I would do this again in the future, just because I'm not entirely sure that the difference is definitely worth the level of effort. But what I will say is, are they as fluffy? It was none of the milk people. It was the recipe writer. But like here, wait, I'll show you. I mean, they're pretty fluffy. Like, that's a pretty fluffy. Stop. Don't focus on me. Focus on the pancake. Don't focus on me. Focus on the pancake. Yeah, it's pretty fluffy. Even though the camera is not, like, behaving. They are really good. Right, Des is busy snoozing my ads away. Thank you. What's different about the whipped maple syrup? So we actually cooked it down a little bit. And then whipped a bunch of air into it until it was about says the consistency of peanut butter. I would say it's more the consistency of like room temperature natural peanut butter. It's I would, honestly, it's interesting because it seems like it doesn't seem as intensely sweet. Even though in theory there's less water and it should be more concentrated and it should be maybe more sweet. And I would say there's a little bit more of an underlying, I don't want to say savoriness because that's going to make you guys think like that it tastes like beef or something. But it cooks down just enough that it tastes a little bit cooked. If I owned like a breakfast restaurant, for example, or like a fancy hotel where they served breakfast or something, I would 100% make this all the time and offer it, and I think people would like it a lot. What do you want to do? I'm busy burning pancakes too. Okay. We'll do that in a minute. You guys, everything is out of control at this stage. I'm trying to eat my dinner and talk to chat and make pancakes and help Grog. I'm going to say goodnight. Alice's best hit of maple syrup I ever had. I was eating pancakes in the sugar bush and we emptied the bottle we had. So I went to the boiler and just tapped it and poured it right onto my pancakes. Amazing. She needed a moment with I needed a moment alone with my pancakes. And then I needed a moment to like deal with all the things that have gone wrong in the absence of my attention. So we just have a few more minutes until our next ad break too. So let's go ahead and say goodnight. I will, do I have a raid? Yeah, no, guide the raid is not currently an option. I have it turned off at the moment. I think, there are a lot of really good people live. But because I honestly, there's enough going on that I think I'm actually just going to go ahead and end stream tonight. I don't think I'm actually going to raid out. Right. First of all, thank you so much to all of you for being here. I really appreciate it, for sharing your pancake day with me. I hope I inspired some pancakes in all of you. Anyway, let's do a few shout outs real quick for all of my delightful mods. Grog, darling, thank you. I will make you more pancakes in a moment. I love you. Des, thank you very much for being here and moderating the stream. Guys, do follow Des. She's getting very close to finishing these 2 games. And we're really having a good time together over there. And follow Brigitte as well. Brigitte is currently on a small break, but she has in fact scheduled her return to streaming, so hopefully that will be very soon. And also thank you so much to Say My Jane, the 4th moderator of the mod team, who is delightful and probably hopefully off doing the thing that she needed to do after work. But thank you. I really appreciate you and love having you around. So thanks for being my mod. And then also, I will be back, in fact, on Thursday. On Thursday, but I'm going to be live at 9 a.m. So ordinarily, yes. So ordinarily, my schedule is 10:30 to 2:30 Eastern time. This Thursday, however, it's going to be 9 to 12 Eastern time. I have an appointment with an orthopedist to look at my shoulder. This shoulder is ouchy. And so I'm going to go have a doctor look at it. And so, yeah, so I got an appointment at 1 o'clock, which means that I have to be done by 12. We are, however, going to be experimenting. We're going to be making some gummy candy. So hopefully that turns out well. It may not. I have no idea. It may be like the Pop Rocks and be a disaster, but we're going to try it because I don't have a lot of candy making experience. The only way you get experience is by doing it. And then we'll be back for some Hades at 4:00 on Friday. Right. So, yeah, I think that's probably about it. Once again, thank you guys for coming to hang out. It's always lovely to have you people around, especially when you are at your most nonsensical. I laughed a lot today, and I appreciate you guys so much for that because this is a month where I could use a laugh. So, the fact that you all want to come and hang out and participate in all of that with me means a lot. I'm going to go eat my dinner. You all have a great night. Hopefully we'll see you Thursday, but if not, have a great week and we'll see you soon. Bye guys.